Eh bien bonsoir à tous, bienvenue ce soir, bonsoir Joe, bienvenue pour cette nouvelle journée pour le 3. Aujourd'hui on va suivre 3 conférences ensemble, on va commencer tout de suite dans quelques minutes par le VR Showcase qui doit commencer à 18h. Là on a dans quelques minutes, vous voyez c'est sur le point de démarrer. Ensuite on aura le PC Gaming Show. Hop là, voilà, le PC Gaming Show à 19h. Et puis plus tard dans la soirée, à 22h, vous aurez la conférence Ubisoft que je pourrais retransmettre. Plus tard dans la nuit, vers 3h du matin, vous aurez la conférence Square Enix. Alors par contre, là, je ferai une rediffusion demain soir, puisque je ne pourrai pas y assister. Elle est un petit peu trop tard pour moi. Et puis voilà, du coup hier on a déjà vu les conférences Xbox, Bethesda, alors un peu premier trailer. N'hésitez pas à me dire comment est le son par rapport à ma voix sur le show, s'il faut que je monte un petit peu le son du live ou pas. Donc voilà, là ce soir on va commencer donc par une conférence dédiée à la VR qui doit commencer à 18h dans quelques minutes. C'est la première fois que je vais assister à cette conférence, donc je sais pas trop à quoi elle va ressembler. Allez, encore moins de 8 minutes pour pouvoir avoir cette conférence qui devrait durer entre 30 et 45 minutes, hein. Donc on aura juste le temps après faire une petite pause avant le PC Gaming Show. Qui devrait durer lui environ 1h, 1h30 sans doute, comme l'année dernière. Ça va nous faire 20h30 et puis donc du coup là je ferai une pause sur le live, le temps d'aller manger. Et je reprendrai plus tard vers 21h30 pour le début de la conférence Ubisoft à 22h. Alors, qu'est-ce que vous avez pensé de l'E3 jusque là ? On a eu hier soir, enfin pendant la nuit, la date de sortie du remake de Final Fantasy VII. Ça sortira le 3 mars 2020. Il y a une petite vidéo, on verra peut-être ça tout à l'heure. Peut-être entre les deux shows, on ira la visionner. Donc ça promet, ça va faire un très gros d'année début 2020, puisqu'en février, du coup, on va avoir le deuxième volet de Ori. Ensuite, le Final Fantasy VII Remake, et au mois d'avril, on aura Cyberpunk 2077 de CD Projekt Red. Alors, pour ce qui est de la VR, moi, pour l'instant, je ne possède pas de casque de réalité virtuelle. J'en aurai sans doute un avant la fin de l'année, je pense. Je me tâte à prendre le nouveau casque de Valve. On verra ça sans doute courant d'été. Je vais mettre un tout petit poil plus de son. Voilà. Until You Fall qui arrivera en 2019. Du coup encore 5 petites minutes à attendre pour le début de ce live. Donc voilà, le casque VR pour l'instant je n'en possède pas, mais j'en aurai un je pense avant la fin de l'année. J'ai notamment envie de jouer beaucoup à Beat Saber, ça a l'air d'être un super jeu. Et c'est l'application qui va me faire acheter un casque. Alors ça petit poil trop fort le son, c'est... Voilà, ça devrait pas être mal là. Alors a priori par contre ce sera pas en live, hein, ça va être une conférence préenregistrée puisque c'est une première. Enfin il y avait les logos de YouTube première, hein, donc une première diffusion sur la chaîne. Donc ça va être un peu comme un Nintendo Direct, ça va être tout préenregistré avant. Et voilà, mais je suis beaucoup plus intéressé par contre par le PC Gaming Show qui arrivera dans 1 heure à peu près. Salut RP, bienvenue à toi. Comment vas-tu depuis hier soir? Bonsoir The Captain Jojo, bienvenue pour cette conférence sur la VR. Ça va bien? Eh bah tant mieux. Bien dormi? Moi j'ai pas beaucoup dormi du coup cette nuit, je me suis étant couché à 4h du matin suite à la conférence Bethesda. J'ai suivi la conférence Devolver mais ça a duré une vingtaine de minutes seulement donc on aurait pu la faire hier soir au final. Bien dormi, juste pas beaucoup. Mais c'est pas grave. Voilà, donc comme je disais, ça va être... Alors, on a un nouveau trailer.
This planet, one side always in dark, one side always in light.
Oula, le son sature sur leur vidéo par contre.
Years, this moon passes between our planet and the sun, forming an eclipse. A shield for the rightful owners. Knowing this, the tribes of the light side have constructed the Light Temple. They believe this temple will protect them from us. Your task is to destroy this place before the day of the eclipse. You are one of the few to walk in the sunlight. Are you ready?
Ok. C'était bizarre comme trailer ça. Allez, moins d'1 minute 30 avant le début de cette conférence sur la VR. Alors je sais pas trop de quoi attendre de cette conférence puisque c'est la première fois que je la regarde. Je sais pas trop s'il avait eu lieu les années précédentes. J'en avais pas entendu parler par contre. Donc on va voir un petit peu ce qu'ils vont nous présenter. Bonsoir Merefa, bienvenue à toi, comment vas-tu? Bonsoir Ben Flasher, bienvenue. Allez, du coup ça va démarrer, on va voir. Je sais pas trop comme je disais si c'est la première fois qu'ils tiennent cette conférence ou pas, faudra que je recherche ça d'ailleurs. Mais je n'avais jamais entendu parler de cette conférence les années précédentes. Ah, on a des Bretons. Allez, ça va commencer. C'est parti pour le 3 VR Showcase.
Hey guys, Richard here, Studio Director at Vertigo Games. Welcome to our studio. Today the team will be talking about After the Fall, our biggest and most ambitious VR project yet. We've been working on this for 1.5 years and we can't wait to hear what you guys think.
Alors un jeu Vertigo a priori pour commencer. Et bonsoir Lorex, bienvenue. Ok, on commence avec After the Fall. Ah, il y a des éléments de RPG. Attendez, je vais juste mettre un tout petit peu plus de son parce que j'entends mal.
Players use their own combat styles to fight against a variety of these zombie-like creatures known as the snowbeat. In a battle,
On va se battre contre des zombies. Un monde post-apocalyptique glacé.
After the Fall is about a lot of enemies and about loads of loot.
Il y aura beaucoup d'ennemis et beaucoup de loot. On va essayer de pousser les limites de la VR avec un environnement très riche sur l'écran. Ah, a priori ça va être un jeu en équipe d'après ce qu'on a l'air de dire.
Say a settlement is in desperate need of some assistance and requires you to go out and save them from a giant colossal snowbeat that you need to take down together. The main focus for After the Fall are the main missions that you do, but aside from that there's also side content that you can follow.
Alors, a priori il y a des missions principales et avoir des quêtes secondaires.
To upgrade your equipment further, you know, and of course play that endgame.
En gros, augmenter son personnage un petit peu plus.
Hey everyone and welcome to the first ever Upload E3 VR showcase. Thanks for being here.
I'm
Jamie. This is going to be exactly what it sounds like. 60 minutes of VR games. That's not a lot of time for me to talk. You just want to see the games.
De jeux VR. Alors, par contre, si ça dure réellement 60 minutes, je vais couper un petit peu avant la fin, sinon on va rater le début du PC Gaming Show.
Do you remember Meliora?
Ils ont commencé 2 minutes en retard, donc on arrêtera à 55 max, temps de passer sur l'autre flux.
And many foes wish to claim it. There is no price I wouldn't pay to protect my home. What is but a soul in return for such power?
Tu tâtes à prendre un Rift. Alors moi perso je pense que je vais partir sur le nouveau casque de Valve. D'ailleurs là on a un jeu Valve a priori. Une adaptation d'un jeu Valve. C'est sur un téléviseur 4K, c'est super beau. Bah tant mieux. Mid Fortress.
Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to Corp's offices.
Ça va arriver vite.
We're going to be showing you some footage from budget cuts for
Ah oui, c'était bien le Team
PSVR
Fortress.
for the very first time. So enjoy.
Alors ça enchaîne assez vite par contre les jeux. Oh, j'ai déjà vu ce jeu là, c'est une sorte de portal où il faut se déplacer un peu dans les différentes salles pour pouvoir avancer et pas se faire repérer par des robots. Et on peut voir un peu à travers ce portail aussi, comme dans Portal.
Hi, my name is James Hunt, and I'm very happy to announce the next title from Fast Travel Games and a passion project of mine called The Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets. The Curious Tale is an interactive, heartwarming story where you play your childhood memories formed into tiny worlds in front of you.
Ah, il parle beaucoup trop vite pour moi.
Animated life, playful interactions, and joyful, unique puzzles. We at Fast Travel Games are known for our action adventures in first person, but this is something very different. We're a small, passionate team working on this game alongside our bigger titles, and we hope to share something really special.
Ok, c'est une petite équipe qui travaille sur ce jeu-là. Ça avance très vite a priori par contre cette conférence. Hein.
You're all grown up. Do you remember the curious worlds we created together, you and I? We have a problem to handle there, and I think you can help.
Bonsoir Nolan, bienvenue. T'as raté 3-4 jeux pour l'instant sur le début de la conférence VR. Oh, c'est Angry Birds ça. Ils vont sortir un jeu Angry Birds en VR a priori.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Bonsoir Nassim, bienvenue.
Let's do this.
This
is it. This is the amazing team I've been working around the clock for.
Ah oui, c'est une conférence exclusivement VR, donc. Mais bon, pour l'instant, on n'a pas vu en fait à quoi ressemblait la VR sur ce jeu-là.
Are you freaking kidding me? That was an awesome showcase of the great content VR developers are putting out there right now. Next up, let's take a trip to the TARDIS.
Signal at maximum power. Oh, you are gonna love this bit.
Doctor Who The Edge of Time is a feature-length adventure where you get to fly the TARDIS and visit new locations in the world of Doctor Who. The story based around a villain that has awoken. They're in control of space and time, and they've sent out
ouais, ils ont eu TARDIS, mais je sais pas trop.
Totally disrupts the time across various worlds.
On voit pas le gameplay VR, c'est dommage. Oui, c'est dommage, c'est vrai. Bon là, sur celui-là, par exemple, on voit bien à quoi ressemble le gameplay au moins.
We get to explore worlds really intimately, as well as more challenging mechanics where you might meet well-known characters such as the Weeping Angels.
Ah, donc c'est bien Doctor Who.
For us, it's really important that we captured the experience of being in an episode, and that moment when the TARDIS appears is a really powerful moment. And of course, when you open the doors and you can actually see the TARDIS, it's quite amazing, a really real VR moment.
D'accord. Eh ben une expérience. Alors je sais pas si c'est un jeu complet ou une expérience, mais en tout cas sur Doctor Who. Ah oui, c'est parce que j'ai rajouté une conférence. Normalement, je devais pas la faire celle-là, puis je me suis dit, allez, pourquoi pas, j'ai un petit peu de temps, on va commencer plus tôt et faire la conférence VR aussi. Mais j'avoue que pour l'instant, cette conférence, ça enchaîne très vite. Je sais pas s'il y aura Total Assault. Ok, je sais pas ce que c'était que ce jeu. Alors là, on a l'air de piloter des vaisseaux. Un mode futuriste un peu. Ouais, c'est quand même beaucoup moins bien fait qu'il est Dangerous. Et puis en plus, a priori, on peut sortir du vaisseau. Lo-Fi ça s'appelle. C'est vrai que ça va ressembler un peu à un monde à Blade Runner. Les arbres contre les écureuils a priori là. L'attaque des écureuils. D'accord.
Hi, I'm Peter. I'm from Resolution Games. We're in the middle of Stockholm and we're working on a multiplayer VR game called Acorn.
Un jeu multijoueur a priori cette fois-ci, qui s'appellera Acorn.
The mobile players joins in as squirrels trying to steal the acorns.
We tried to make games that could fit everyone. It was just the most natural thing that, okay, so you're a tree, you have your acorns, and what animal like acorns? Well,
squirrels.
Squirrels, of course.
D'accord, le but c'est d'aller voler les noisettes en fait sous l'arbre et de les ramener. Et l'arbre est censé balancer des projectiles pour les empêcher de récupérer les noisettes.
Acorn is coming later this summer to Oculus Rift and Oculus Quest.
Ça arrivera plus tard cet été sur Oculus Quest et Rift.
Budget cuts, Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets, and Acorn. Is it just me, or are Swedish developers really good at making wholesome VR games? Next couple of VR games, not so wholesome.
We work closely with AMC to bring you The Walking Dead Onslaught. We're really excited about this title because it allows us to first time bring together all the amazing technology that we built up from past shooters like Raw Data, the melee experiences from Pre-Rise to Glory, and our locomotion system from Sprint Vector for the first time, bringing them together and an action-packed experience like no one's seen before. Not only did we get to work with AMC and some of their team writers, we also got to work with some of the amazing talent on the show as well.
Ça va s'améliorer la VR. Bon là pour l'instant j'ai pas encore vu de jeux qui me font dire il faut absolument acheter un casque VR pour pouvoir y jouer.
Each character will have unique, iconic weapons that you've seen in the show and using time and time again, and you'll be able to experience what it's like to play as those characters fighting off the walkers. With The Walking Dead, it's not just about the world itself and the walkers, but really how you interact with them, and we wanted to take that to the next level in VR. So building upon our past fan-animated technology with Creed, we wanted to take melee combat to the next level. So we created what we're calling progressive dismemberment. This new system, players not only can decapitate, scalp,
ils ont un nouveau système a priori, avec le couteau on va pouvoir faire différents combines qui permettra de soit mettre des coups comme ça sur la tête, soit de trancher la gorge, ce genre de choses.
It will be available at local arcades across the globe, but also at retail for the Oculus Rift and the Vive systems.
Ouais, j'ai vu. C'est vrai que des fois un modo c'est pas trop. Après c'est la première fois que j'ai quelqu'un qui essaye de faire sa pub sur un de mes streams. La VR, c'est comme la télé en 3D, des progrès sans suite. Alors le problème, je pense, de la VR, ça peut être sympa la VR. C'est juste... comme il n'y a pas beaucoup de jeux, les gens n'achètent pas. Et comme les gens n'achètent pas, les éditeurs font pas de jeux. Très peu, on va dire. Il manque encore à la VR une killer à part.
This is completely against hotel policy.
Et le fait que les casques sont pas encore démocratisés. Bah oui, mais c'est parce qu'ils valent très cher. Et si t'as pas de jeu pour y jouer, c'est vrai que tu vas pas acheter un casque alors t'as pas... La musique est un peu forte. Ah, attendez, je vais baisser un peu. Mais en fait, le problème c'est que les jeux sont pas à la même hauteur au niveau du son, j'ai l'impression. Je sûr que la VR, on n'est pas au niveau de Ready Player One. Ah non, c'est clair.
Hey PSVR fans, enjoying the show? I hope so, because the next couple are for you. Let's hand it over.
Alors les prochains jeux, ça va être pour le PlayStation VR.
What's up everybody, it's me Greg Miller from Kinda Funny and I'm so
happy. Ah, Greg Miller, c'est la personne qui était là pour le EA Play.
Of course, we're doing our own showcase too, E3, all indie games. It's happening tonight, you can check it out later. Enough about that. Instead, let's talk about PlayStation VR. That's right, the only real
on va parler du PlayStation VR.
I'm just kidding, I love Oculus Quest. I just have this thing where I, joke around about not liking PC games. I digress. PlayStation VR, I'm here to talk to you about Mini Mech Mayhem. It is a game from Future Lab. You might remember
un jeu de Future Lab.
How could you forget? From the Velocity games that were awesome on the PlayStation Vita. You remember the PlayStation Vita, right?
A priori, avant, ils ont fait un jeu sur PlayStation Vita.
Two sticks, it was great. Nobody supported it enough, except people like Future Lab. That's why we need to support them with Mini Mech Mayhem.
Mini Mech Mayhem, a priori, le jeu.
Mini Mech Mayhem is a tabletop action strategy game for up to 4 players online. The game is played out in 2 stages. The first stage is planning, where everyone programs their actions for their little mech and they use the PlayStation Move controllers to pick the moves for them. And then the second phase is where all those moves that have been programmed play out, and you don't necessarily know which order they're going to play out in. During the programming phase, you're trying to get your mech onto the victory square or to push another.
Ok, alors si c'est un jeu de table, c'est juste un jeu de table, genre un jeu d'échecs, je vois pas trop l'intérêt de le faire en VR.
Not the end of the world because you have intercept cards that you can play, such as calling in an airstrike or just nudging someone off by 1 square.
We've got this thing in the game called an avatar, which is what you play as. My favourite thing is to go into the shop and then customise my avatar. You can also customise your mech as well, your little buddy, and you can put different parts on them and change the colours.
450 € pour le nouveau Plus, Rift S ou quoi, ça devient pas trop mal chaud. Ouais. Alors, Mirai, ça fait 2 fois. Et salut NKZ4, bienvenue à toi.
Yes. I should have been lemon that really.
You can swap with a sour Claire if you want.
I'll be sour Claire.
At the heart of Mini Mech Mayhem, there's a real strong funny bone, which is new for us as a studio.
Je pense qu'on peut interagir avec le plateau.
We've not made funny games.
Mini Mech Mayhem is coming out on the 18th of June, and you can pre-order now on the PlayStation Store.
Bah ça, le problème c'est que ça a pas l'air, en tout cas il le présente pas si on peut jouer avec le plateau. Un peu comme le film Inception, on transporte le joueur à l'intérieur du jeu. Sinon, il ne sera pas une console sur CV.
Soldier of fortune, I am looking for food and shelter. Is there a brothel in this town? Where the fuck is everybody? By all the...
Encore une sorte de zombie. Mirai machin, c'est un joueur de Fortnite? D'accord. préfères changer une pièce de ton PC plutôt que d'acheter plusieurs supports.
has been amazing for Peup games, with much more to come, including the highly anticipated Sorrento, but we're not stopping there. As you saw earlier, the Angry Birds Movie 2 VR Under Pressure is coming exclusively to PlayStation VR. We're so honored.
Alors le jeu Angry Birds a priori sera exclusif au PlayStation VR. Alors le problème de juste changer une pièce de ton PC c'est bien, mais par contre tu peux pas jouer à tout ce qui est exclusivité, notamment tout ce qui est exclusivité PlayStation ou Switch. Un jeu de baston dans un bar. C'est quand même pas beau, hein.
So roll up your sleeves ready for when Drunken Bar Fight Special Edition comes to retail in 2019. Peup is always listening to the needs of the VR community, and that's why we are so happy to announce a physical edition of Pixel Ripped 1989, the multi-dimensional homage to retro gaming, is coming exclusively to the Peup store. We'll be opening pre-orders very soon. And later this year, we'll continue to work with Arvor to publish their highly anticipated follow-up, Pixel Ripped 1995. This one will go to wider physical markets in all territories.
Right! That's it!
Well, almost. We've got one last thing to share with you today.
Il a encore quelque chose à nous montrer. Les jeux 3 de 1990. C'est vrai que pour l'instant, cette conférence est pas top, hein.
Highwire Games' breathtaking PSVR exclusive adventure enables you to achieve the impossible as you gradually explore and unravel the secrets of an ancient city. It's one you've been waiting for, and today we are thrilled to reveal that Golem will get a physical release through Peup Games at launch. Thank you for your continued support. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Hey guys, I'm Arjen, programmer at Vertigo Games, and I'm excited.
Un repart encore chez Vertigo. Donc c'est les mêmes développeurs que pour le premier jeu.
Can't wait what you guys think.
Bah pour l'instant, on va pas en penser grand chose. Alors, l'avis. Bon. Mirai Family du coup. Oh, je vais le bannir.
Dance Central is the hottest club in virtual reality, where the music never stops and the doors never close. With a 32-song soundtrack ranging from the 70s to today's biggest hits, you can go in, dance with your favorite Dance Central characters to custom choreography, all designed for VR. In addition to practice mode, customizing your avatar, competitive and cooperative online multiplayer, we have some exciting new features coming to Dance Central. Playing Dance Central can be a workout. It's definitely a great game for fitness, so we created the fitness app. And the fitness app allows you to track your calories burned in real time as well as your stats over time. A huge part of the experience in Dance Central is dancing with the characters. Currently, your friends can challenge you to beat their scores, but now the characters are going to challenge you. Dancing with the characters allows you to earn respect and eventually unlock assets in the wardrobe so you can look
Alors, j'avoue que c'est la première fois que j'essaie de bannir quelqu'un, je sais même pas comment on fait.
We're releasing 6 songs as DLC. So if you've mastered all 32 on the soundtrack, no problem. We have more content coming your way. Dance Central is available now for the Oculus Quest, Rift S, and Rift. So pick it up and meet us in the club.
I'm really excited to be here to announce something that we've been waiting to share actually with the rest of the VR community out there. And that is that we're bringing Echo Arena to Quest. And for us, that was actually a huge endeavor that we started when Quest was first announced internally. So I'm really excited to tell you that soon.
Sauf que en fait, Nassim, je sais même pas comment on fait, j'ai jamais eu besoin de le faire jusque-là.
Hello, Captain Roth. I'm glad to see you're still safe. You too, Echo One.
I'm also really excited to be here, not only to announce Echo Arena for Quest, but I'm here to introduce Lone Echo 2.
Et je suis en train de chercher où est-ce que ça se passe.
We're joining back in the story of Jack and Liv, and you'll be able to kind of reprise your role as Jack in this story that took our characters in the 22nd century from the space station around the rings of Saturn forward 400 years into the future, stranded on this spaceship. But then we open the world by introducing more characters that are going to contribute to
ouais, c'est vrai que j'essaie de le faire sur Twitch, mais pas sur YouTube. J'ai jamais eu besoin jusque-là.
Not only is the gameplay mechanic important, but why is the relationship we build with the two characters important. Lone Echo 2 really reinforces this idea that you and Liv like family.
Bon, faudra que je recherche
You
plus
and
tard.
her basically will
Je
go
sais pas où ça
through
se situe,
the
c'est dommage.
dialogue.
They can't know you're online. I promise. I'll explain everything when I get back. I'm going to need your help.
Allez, c'est pas grave, on va se concentrer sur autre chose, on va le laisser faire son truc.
I can't wait to play more Dance Central on Quest. But Lone Echo 2 looked amazing, didn't it? Let's keep rolling with that PC VR vibe.
Mais bon, j'essaierai de me trouver un modérateur prochainement.
Monkey bunk.
Battle Lake is our high seas pirate adventure, and the real focus here from Servios is we're just huge fans of high action combat and pirate in the high seas, and we just wanted to bring those all together in an action-packed experience people haven't been able to do in VR yet. Like all games at Servios, we really focus first and foremost on how can we innovate, how can we push the medium forward. So previously we had made Sprint Vector, and in that product we worked on fluid locomotion. So building upon the fluid locomotion system from the past, the team said, let's take this to vehicles. And the first thing the team asked ourselves is, if we're going to put fluid locomotion on a vehicle, what vehicle should we put players in? And everyone said almost simultaneously, pirates, right? Battleships on the high seas. You're constantly surrounded by dozens of pirate ships. We have a
Alors,
variety of
vas-y,
weapons,
masquer
from
un
broadsides
spectateur
to
dans le chat en
Gatling
direct,
guns,
cliquez dans le
machine
menu à
guns,
côté du message du
axe
chat.
throwers, ballistas, all
Sélectionnez
sorts of
utilisateur.
things. And when you're playing the experience, not only does each pirate lord have a series of weapons and different levels they can progress through the system, they also have their unique powers and abilities. In addition to our campaign mode, we also have warfare mode, where you can have up to 4 players co-op on the same team going from one scenario to another in a series of missions that give players random objectives and dynamic enemy types that progressively get harder and harder and harder the further the players get. So one of the really exciting things we're doing about Battle Lake is we're actually
Alors, bon, c'est pas grave, je chercherai plus tard.
battlelake.com where you can sign up to participate in that, and players will be able
Je vais
to play this
suivre un petit peu la
exciting
conf, c'est pas grave.
warfare mode before this gets released to the public.
PlayStation a bien fait de pas plus venir, rien d'exceptionnel cette 3. Non, puis surtout que PlayStation n'a pas grand chose à présenter, à part nous présenter une nouvelle fois The Last of Us 2. Il va pas leur rester grand chose sur cette génération de consoles. Hein.
I've been betrayed and dishonored. All for the sake of evil men and their ambitions.
Bah pour l'instant il n'y a pas grand chose qui permet de justifier aussi Ok, bon j'ai trouvé, s'il revient, j'ai trouvé comment bannir notre ami. Mais il est parti là, a priori. Breath of the Wild en VR sur émulateur. Alors tu parles avec le Nintendo Labo là qui fait VR, a priori c'était pas top d'après ce que j'avais vu. En tout cas l'expérience était pas cool. C'est bien en fait d'avoir un Zelda en VR, ça je dis pas, mais cette expérience là était pas top. Alors à part si c'est autre chose dont tu nous parles là.
What more do I have to lose?
We're working on Space Team Virtuality, which is a cooperative shouting game where you have to stop your ship from reaching its impending doom. The only way you can do that is by yelling at your friends.
C'est autre chose, c'est fait par des amateurs. Ah d'accord, ok. Mais ça reste impressionnant. D'accord. Alors j'ai pas vu cette partie-là du coup.
Locally or you can play online.
Just like the original game, each sector gets harder and harder and crazier as you're shouting things to each other. Different challenges in each sector as you get a different set of controls on your panel. Ray guns to shoot, you can shoot all the aliens that are throwing goop at your panels with.
You've got a special hammer, so whenever they get
MP. Ok, bah merci, je vais regarder ça du coup.
We've got fire extinguishers to put all the fires out, which will inevitably happen.
Definitely.
You'll have asteroid fields that you need to defend against.
And of course, we've got terrifyingly difficult to understand instructions and a high level of technobabble.
And lots of over-the-top facial expressions from your various avatars, which will also be personalizable as well. Ultimately, the important thing to remember for this game is you have to work together.
On voit que c'est beaucoup de studios indés qui se mettent à la VR. Tout le problème de graphisme, pas top. C'est vrai. Il y a... Tant qu'on n'a pas de gros AAA dessus.
VR fans at home, but also VR arcades, so people who might not have access to headsets can go off and play. And watch this space.
Mais après, il y a des petits jeux VR qui sont très très bons. Hein. Le Beat Saber a l'air très bien, mais c'est pas non plus ça qui fait acheter un casque. C'est pas juste ce jeu-là qui fait acheter un casque. Mais graphiquement, il est sympa, il a tout compris à ce qu'il faut pour un jeu VR. Enfin, avec des gros studios aussi, ouais, c'est ça.
We've already released 10 updates in early access, and later this month we'll have our biggest update yet. It will include more new songs, a new environment, a new weapon set, and new leaderboard features that make it easier to challenge and compete with their friends, even cross-platform.
We recently updated the game to allow for custom blasters and avatars, and we
also
shared tools to allow you to create alternate target maps for any of the songs in our game soundtrack. Today, we're releasing an in-game editor that allows you to shoot along to any song on the soundtrack any way you like, which is immediately a playable map which can be shared or exported to Reaper for tweaking.
We are extremely grateful to our Audica creators and wanted to find a special way to showcase and reward that creativity. So we're excited to invite all of you to create your own playable maps.
Mais voilà, mais il y aurait moyen de faire un beau AAA Star Wars où tu manies un sabre laser avec ton PlayStation Move ou n'importe quel contrôleur. Et ça ferait vendre un bon jeu Star Wars là-dessus. Et salut Stevie, bienvenue. J'espère que tu t'es pas fait mal en tombant.
Asgard's Wrath is an action-adventure RPG game set in a Norse mythology backdrop. You're going to be exploring a number of realms throughout the entire game. You're going to meet some of the famous Asgardians from across the world of Wrath. Loki's going to be sending you off to different realms to meet
Alors le casque PlayStation VR, c'est pas non plus le meilleur au niveau de la technologie.
To complete their saga.
J'ai hâte de pouvoir tester le nouveau casque de Valve qui arrivera cet été. Bah, ça va très bien, merci. On est en train de regarder la conférence VR, c'était pas prévu. Et bon, pour l'instant c'est pas top quand même. Il y a certains jeux qui ont l'air un peu sympas, mais dans l'ensemble c'est pas top, malheureusement. Et salut JC, bienvenue.
To actually initiate and make that animal be your follower and do your bidding, you've got to walk over and give him a high five or a fist bump to get him to follow you.
My blades are at your command.
Asgard's Wrath will be out fall 2019 and it'll be out on the Oculus Rift. And make sure to play it on the Oculus Rift S because it looks absolutely fantastic on that.
Ah, et surtout, il y a un autre truc qui me gêne avec la VR, c'est que j'ai l'impression qu'il y a plusieurs casques et que les jeux sont pas forcément compatibles entre les différents systèmes. Un peu comme si on avait la séparation PlayStation Xbox où la plupart des jeux sont compatibles pour les deux, mais certains ont des exclusivités. Et ça pose problème parce que c'est quand même des casques qui peuvent coûter jusqu'à 1000 €. C'est un peu dommage.
I accompanied my lord as his steadfast guard through the Shadow Hills, the Azure Marshlands, and the Ashen Plains. No one dared doubt my loyalty. Until, that is, Lord Conrad was
Techno
injured in
Oculus
battle
qui
during
vire
the
les
Cobalt
détecteurs aux
Rebellion.
4 coins de la pièce. Le fait d'avoir des casseurs besoin de PC, pas mal. Ouais, mais alors ce que j'ai peur, c'est que ce soit l'expérience qu'on prenne à coup, parce que du coup la qualité sera moins bonne. 1000 €, ah oui, 1000 € un casque VR. Si tu prends le nouveau Valve qui va sortir, comment il s'appelle déjà, je me rappelle plus. Je sais plus. Mais si tu achètes le casque, les 2 contrôleurs et les 2 stations qu'il faut mettre dans la pièce, t'en as pour 1079 €, il me semble.
Just as I was supposed to meet Lord Conrad, I sneaked into his room. A familiar smell hit me as soon as I opened the door. The wretched smell of blood, just like being back on the battlefield. I checked on Lord Conrad immediately, but he was already lying there dead, drenched in blood.
Alors c'est pas le HTC Vive Pro, c'est le nouveau. Alors, attendez, je vais retrouver le nom. Mais le Vive Pro était peut-être même encore plus cher. Le Valve Index, il s'appelle. Ah, pourquoi il ne sort pas les jeux en 2 versions, normale et VR, comme Double Eternal, Call of Duty, God of War? Alors je pense que tu peux faire ça assez facilement sur un FPS, mais sur un TPS, je pense que ça demande pas mal d'adaptation. Mais pour les FPS, il pourrait normalement le faire. Ouais, c'est le moins cher, on a fait le Google Cardboard.
If you help me clear my name, I will bring no charges against you. I give you my word.
Logan.
On peut aussi.
That's my name.
Ouais, ça doit coûter sans doute plus cher aussi, c'est vrai.
Garden of the Sea is a VR game about truly belonging somewhere, about creating a home with your own hands, and about exploring and connecting with the world around you.
You start out on a small island.
Alors, j'ai juste faire un tout petit truc, désolé, je vais repasser pendant quelques secondes sur la webcam. Bonjour. Je vais juste préparer mon flux pour le PC Gaming Show juste après. Je vous remets le live tout de suite. Hein.
We had this internal pitch day right after we released Budget Cuts, and Christopher, the art director on this game, and I both came into the pitch day and basically
Ok, donc le show du PC commencera dans 17 minutes, c'est ce que je voulais voir.
We've got a plant growing system.
Je trouve que Peup Peup devrait se mettre à Twitch. J'hésite. Alors, cette fois-ci.
How they behave or what they look like in the future. We have some quests. We have a boat. We want to put in fishing soon.
Another thing that I really like is the creatures.
300 secondes. J'espérais que ça le bloque un petit peu plus, mais bon, c'est pas grave. La prochaine fois, je le bannis complètement de la chaîne.
So cute, aren't they?
Yeah. And I hope we're gonna add more of them for the full game.
I have to say I have like a soft spot for the crafting system. That one I think has a lot of potential.
Je crois que je vais le masquer directement.
So we figured like why not release it now, today, in way too early access. We have so many ideas about what we want to build, but we want to know what you want the game to have, and we need your input on that to figure out how to make this game the best
Ça va être
possible
plus simple.
We're releasing Garden of the Sea on Steam, and we will support all the major VR headsets via Steam VR.
Back high five.
How's that? I don't know.
That's how that works.
These cool backwards.
We're not good at high fives, so we're gonna work on our high fives.
Hi, I'm Paul Vandermeer, lead designer at Vertigo Games, and today we're proud to review.
Ah, par contre, Vertigo, j'ai l'impression qu'ils font vachement de jeux VR, parce que c'est déjà le 3e qu'ils nous présentent aujourd'hui. Comment host sur YouTube? Je suis pas sûr que tu puisses host sur YouTube. Mais merci. Mais Twitch, je commence à réfléchir à faire passer mes lives dessus. Il faudra que j'en parle avec la communauté sur Discord, éventuellement savoir s'ils préfèrent pas repasser sur Twitch. Parce que je trouve aussi qu'il y a des fonctions qui sont plus simples sur leur dashboard que sur celui-là. Le Rex il utilise Restream pour stream sur les deux. Je ne connais pas ça. Il va falloir que je me renseigne.
Head of content at Hammerhead, an immersive entertainment studio based in the UK. We're excited to announce that we're working on the continuation of Abe, the award-winning 2013.
Ah oui, mais c'est clairement des studios indépendants là qui font dans cette conférence. Et c'est normal, les gros AAA ils seront dans les conférences, soit des constructeurs, soit dans les conférences éditeurs, ou éventuellement dans le PC Gaming Show qui arrive dans un quart d'heure.
Leading with a pioneering location-based VR experience that will be brought to life through state-of-the-art volumetric capture. We're also bringing you a short film and a game release that can be played with or without VR. We're proud to present the first teaser. Take a look.
Alors oui, je suis toujours là, si c'est à moi que tu parles. Ah, il est fort celui-là, le jeu. Celui-là, il a l'atmosphère par contre qui me plaît bien, en soi. D'accord.
Maybe this time I will get it right. Maybe this time I will fix you.
Celui-là, il me plaisait bien, par
Looks
exemple.
amazing, but what are you going to do to that pig? Anyway, thanks Hammerhead for that one. In fact, we're nearing the home stretch now, so it's time to start throwing some more megatons your way. Here's the latest look at Aspire 1.
Welcome, Agent.
Aspire 1 is a made-for-VR stealth action first-person shooter that targets...
Alors, un FPS pour celui-là?
The original inspiration for Aspire actually came from Upload VR's Presence podcast that they ran in 2016.
J'espère qu'ils ont foutu les jeux les moins bien au début. Ouais, peut-être. Mais le problème, c'est que si, vu qu'ils n'ont pas commencé à l'heure, si elle dure vraiment 1 heure, on verra pas la fin parce que je vais passer sur le PC Gaming Show avant. Parce que sinon, ça va se croiser.
And Windows Mixed Reality. It's also coming to PSVR and the Oculus Quest, where gameplay will remain one-to-one.
7 minutes, c'est un long début.
The problem with VR is simulator sickness or VR sickness. And right from day one, we've always wanted all players to play Aspire with the full freedom of movement and the precise control that they expect from console shooters. So early in development, we invented the Aspire Control Theater. It is our locomotion system with its comfort features, and the Aspire Control Theater allows for full freedom of movement, maintains immersion in the game world, and minimizes VR sickness.
D'accord, donc là ils ont travaillé, c'est bien sur le fait que ça donne le mal au cœur un peu des fois la VR. Donc ils ont travaillé sur ce jeu-là pour éviter ça.
You can actually sneak up behind guards if you're undetected and physically say freeze and they'll be held up. Players experience long-form, story-driven campaign missions, so they take 30 to 80 minutes to complete. Progress can be saved mid-mission, which is perfect for playing on the go.
Alors il y a une série de missions qui font entre 30 à 80 minutes, si j'ai bien compris.
Tripwire has just been fantastic over the journey. They've been so much more than just a publisher. They've provided us dev support and a variety of resources throughout the journey.
The Aspire team is extremely excited to get the game into your virtual hands. You'll be able to play Aspire this coming August, where it will be available on all platforms. To find out more about the game and to stay up to date on the latest developments, be sure to visit us on our social media platforms.
Holy f***, that looked amazing! If you like that, check out this cool.
Hey everybody, Shab.
Alors je sais pas si ça dit que ça look amazing, mais par contre ça avait l'air sympa quand même.
Give you guys a world exclusive to the new title we're working on. It's a fast-paced multiplayer shooter in VR.
Un jeu multijoueur en VR, un shooter. Et mains sur les bras sur VR. Pourquoi ils font ça? Je n'en ai aucune idée, ça par contre. C'est vrai que ça me surprend à chaque fois. C'est vrai que pour les Américains, tout est amazing. C'est le même jeu qu'on a vu tout à l'heure, ça.
So we knew early on that we wanted to make Budget Cuts 2 a game of larger scope and variety. So that's when we asked Fast Travel Games to collaborate with us.
I mean, we used to share an office back then, so we played each other's games before they were finished. There was lots of discussions and great ideas being thrown around. So when Neat approached us to co-develop this game, my thoughts went back to those discussions, and I'm really, really happy we will work together to make them come alive. In Budget Cuts 2, you're on a mission. It used to be about saving your job, but now you have to save the world. So your mission is to take down Transcorp, a mega powerful corporation that kills humans and replaces them with workaholic
budget cuts, donc les coupes budgétaires, la traduction littérale, on détruit les robots pour garder notre emploi.
And travel across several new types of environments.
So these new environments, they enable us to make new gameplay, both in terms of enemy encounters and puzzle solving, and combining that with our improved AI system and new types of enemies, new types of gadgets, lets us make a whole new range of challenges. So it's not just like choosing between stealth or action, it's more fine-grained, like how you choose to approach a stealth scenario, or what tools you use to accomplish your goals. The original Budget Cuts was about escaping the Transcorp offices, so we found that players were taking a very cautious approach to enemies.
In Budget Cuts 2, it's much more about infiltration, about getting closer to the Transcorp headquarters to finally be able to take them down. Budget Cuts 2 is a self-contained title, so
d'accord, donc le premier jeu en fait de la série, le but c'était de sortir de l'entreprise. Et là, maintenant dans le 2, le but ça va être de rentrer à nouveau dans l'entreprise pour les faire tomber.
Budget Cuts 2 Mission Insolvency will be released on all high-end VR headsets this year.
Et ça arrive pas.
Okay, hold on to your butts. It's the big finale. Let's hand it over to Cloudhead Games.
Alors, a priori, ça va être le dernier jeu que l'on va présenter, donc ça va s'amener juste à temps pour la conférence PC.
So Pistol Whip is this kind of glorious hodgepodge of genres. We've been describing it as like a music rhythm FPS game, but it also has the inklings of like a runner game and a bullet hell game.
It's a shooter that you don't necessarily have to be dead accurate for to hit, and it's a rhythm game that doesn't require you to take out enemies in a specific order.
To me, the gameplay of Pistol Whip is all about speed. You're not taking your time and aiming down the sights to.
Ok, donc ça va être un jeu qui va être axé sur la rapidité en fait. Il va falloir éviter les balles et essayer de tuer le maximum de monde dans un minimum de temps.
This case, it's either being reactive and accurate to hitting enemies, or you're thinking about the beat and the musicality of it.
It's like taking chocolate and peanut butter in VR with your kind of flow state
rhythm of Beat Saber and you've got your frenetic action of Superhot, and you put them together and you end up feeling like John Wick in a movie trailer, taking out targets and ultimately being...
Ah, ils font des grosses références quand même, hein. Ils ont l'impression de se retrouver dans un film John Wick, selon eux. Et bonsoir Mifmol, pardon. Bienvenue à toi. Comment vas-tu depuis hier soir?
Straight from the grave.
They just seem to have this library of really dramatic and kick-ass, epic action songs, but they're also just super fun. So it really kind of hit the sweet spot for us and what we were looking for.
Bah ça va bien pour l'instant. On est en train de regarder la conférence VR. Et dans 5 minutes, on va attaquer le PC Gaming Show.
So for me, part of the inspiration for Pistol Whip was figuring out a way to kind of plant the user in the center of an action scene.
A lot of rhythm games do deal with just your static and you're in a void and things sort of fly past.
Ok, ça va être un jeu rythmique en fait. Ça doit sans doute faire de la musique quand on tue les personnes.
Tap into action movie tropes. This is not exactly the club from John Wick, but it's tapping into that same vibe.
Even by happenstance, without even trying.
J'ai regardé quand même avant de me coucher la conférence des lovers. C'est vrai que c'était complètement chelou.
Just based on where the enemies are popping up.
The stuff that you see in your typical rhythm game, where you have a specific set of targets to hit at a specific timing, that doesn't exist here. You're presented opportunities in a rhythmic manner that's driven by the music that's at the heart of everything, and you choose how to capitalize on those.
At the start, you're trying to compete against yourself. You're trying to best your last score. You're trying to.
Alors le seul jeu VR pour l'instant qui me tente réellement, c'est Beat Saber.
How you're taking out enemies. You start in a panic state. I like the kind of steps and stages you experience as you kind of go through different songs and you learn how to be a great Pistol Whip player. I think our studio shines in terms of game feel, whether it's a deeply complex narrative experience or something like we did for Valve with the Hand Labs experience or Pistol Whip.
Beat Saber est pas mal, il fait des maps dessus, j'aime bien. Alors, j'aimerais bien pouvoir l'essayer moi, c'est vrai.
People will get it when they play it.
Ok. Celui-là à voir.
Okay, that's a wrap. We are done, finished, finito, out of here. Thank you so much for watching the first ever Upload E3 VR showcase. Thank you to every developer that took part today. You guys make the VR industry what it is. Let's close out with another look at some of the games we covered today.
Alors, on va arrêter maintenant les jeux qu'on a déjà vus, ça c'est pas trop grave. On va changer de stream. Et on va passer sur le PC Gaming Show qui commence dans 2 minutes 30. Moi je vais prendre une petite pause de 2 minutes. Alors, en espérant juste qu'il ne plante pas à ce moment-là. Ok. Oui, c'était le premier show VR, donc c'est la première fois qu'il fait ça. Allez, je vous donne rendez-vous dans 1 minute 30. Le temps pour moi d'aller chercher un truc à boire pour la suite. A tout de suite. Alors, bonsoir à tous pour si vous venez nous rejoindre, on est à 5 secondes du début de la conférence du PC Gaming Show. Si tu veux, tu peux mettre la source sur VLC. Bon, on fera ça la prochaine fois peut-être, parce que là c'est parti. Allez, on va découvrir ça.
This is the PC Gaming Show, a celebration of the most vibrant gaming platform. For the next 2 hours, you'll see all new gameplay footage, trailers, and interviews. Taking the stage today are first gameplay footage for Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2, Borderlands 3, the reveal of Evil Genius 2, Starmancer, Last Oasis, 2 new games from Coffee Stain Studios, Griftlands, Planet Zoo, What's Next for Terraria, Remnant from the Ashes, Mosaic, Warframe, Baldur's Gate 3, Shenmue 3, the reveal of Unexplored 2, El Hijo, Age of Wonders, Planetfall, and more. And now your PC.
Wow, ça va être une grosse conférence a priori.
Day 9 and Frankie Ward.
On va voir pas mal de choses. Alors a priori ça va durer 2 heures, donc ça va durer jusqu'à 21h. Ah, c'est peut-être un petit poil fort le son. Et bonsoir Boys06. Ils vont nous présenter 30 jeux. Il va y avoir des exclusivités et d'autres jeux qui seront liés à des licences qu'ils connaissent déjà. Alors merci aux partenaires.
Best day of the week. Hello to all of you up in the balcony, and of course, thanks to you tuning in live.
Il a souhaité à tout le monde un joyeux lundi, le meilleur jour de la semaine.
Wherever you're tuning in from, welcome. We're happy to have you. My name is Day 9. I'm one of your hosts for this event. Joining me is the fantastic Frankie Ward.
Hello. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Sean. Hello, everyone. Now, for you guys at home, for the first time, whatever platform you're watching on, we are going to be pulling your clever comments. Just remember that I said clever comments from Twitch, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook throughout the show.
Alors, ils vont prendre sur les réseaux sociaux et mettre les commentaires les plus intelligents.
Your questions for the Borderlands 3 team because Sean, you've got a mission to put their questions to the developers later.
That's right. Midway through this show, I'm going to be asking
Voilà, on peut faire poser des questions pour l'équipe de Borderlands 3. Epic, c'est pas Fortnite? Si, c'est Fortnite est développé par Epic. Là, vas-y, je vais t'intéresser. D'accord.
Several years ago, they announced that they were working on the follow-up to Evil Genius, a real-time evil layer simulator.
And now, Rebellion is ready to reveal its nefarious vision for the project. So, PC Gaming Show, who's ready to stroke a cat menacingly? Here is the world exclusive reveal for Evil Genius 2 World Domination.
Evil Genius 2. La première exclusivité de ce show. Alors Beyond Good Evil 2, il était annoncé qu'il ne serait pas à la conférence Ubisoft cette année. Vas-y, Timmy, c'était le moment de faire ton rire.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is the successor to one of the most beloved RPGs ever. And
Ça a l'air sympa ça comme jeu.
Brian Mitsoda and Cara Ellison from Hardsuit Labs. Now, Brian, you were a writer on the very first game. So what does it mean for you to finally get to work on the sequel?
Ah, qu'est-ce que ça fait de travailler sur le deuxième volet? Ça veut dire que les gens ont des high expectations. Ah, on va voir du gameplay au moins sur cette conf. Allez, ils vont nous montrer un peu de gameplay sur ce jeu.
I guess I have to be the one to tell you. You're dead.
Ah, c'est Paradox qui dit ça, d'accord.
You're obviously new to this whole existence, but truth is, most of you types won't even make it a whole year. We have one rule. You don't break the masquerade.
Ah, c'est pas le même jeu par contre. Ah, ça c'est Bloodline.
Welcome to the first day of the rest of your death. Having fun yet?
Ok, donc ça c'est Bloodline 2.
Guys, what does it mean to be a vampire in this world?
Mais par contre, c'était pas du gameplay ça.
What it is, it's kind of a darker version of our world, and the vampires kind of need to keep their presence secret from humanity. So
ah, les vampires cachent leur présence à l'humanité. Ils restent cachés dans l'ombre. Et ils nous manipulent pour essayer d'avoir du sang.
It's not just a case, though, of sucking blood and filling up your health meter, is it? Actually, different types of blood do different things.
That's right. So we have the resonance system, which means that essentially vampires can kind of see the emotional resonance of human beings, like fear or desire, and then they can feed on those people.
Gameplay 30 secondes, c'est ça.
As human beings do to feel more kind of alive. And that can give you like extra boosts in the game.
And there were some really interesting characters in that trailer as well. What kind of relationships are we going to be forming with them as the player?
Well, very fragile, very volatile relationships.
Alors ça a l'air beau par contre comme monde.
So it's going to be a fun time.
And one thing that was really intriguing to me when I was learning about this game is you don't just get bitten and turn into Nosferatu, Dracula or Brad Pitt.
D'accord, a priori, si on se fait mordre, on se transforme pas en vampire directement.
You actually have to adjust to your environment to becoming a vampire, is that right?
That's right. So essentially, in the game, when you were made as a vampire, sort of very young vampire, a lot of other vampires are made at the same time in this thing called the mass embrace. And that means that essentially they're having a less lucky time than you in the world. You're having a relatively good time compared to them because they don't know what they're doing. They're going through vampire puberty on their own, and you might have a family, you might have, say, a wife and children, and you are morally objecting to drinking blood to survive, and so you might have a less good time, let's say, than the player is having. So you can find.
Alors a priori, les jeunes vampires qu'on pourra croiser dans le jeu, ils ont moins de chances que nous. Ils vont passer à travers l'âge de la puberté, ce genre de choses. Alors que nous, on serait plutôt déjà sur quelqu'un qui serait marié, plus posé, tout ça.
Yeah, we're going to make it worth it.
Well, you know what? I think there are people around the world watching this, and of course the audience here, and they all can't wait to play this game. Can you wait, guys? There you go. So I think you've convinced everyone here now. When are we going to be able to play the game?
We're going Q1 next year.
Fantastic. And when can we learn more?
Bloodlines2.com.
Thank you so
ouais,
much.
Il sortira l'année prochaine, et si on en veut, on peut le préacheter sur bloodline2.com.
Now, have you ever wanted to play Dwarf Fortress in space? Starmancer is a space station sim from Ominux Games and Chucklefish. After a catastrophe on Earth, humanity has launched a desperate attempt to find refuge among the stars. Your task
Après la catastrophe, l'humanité est allée se réfugier dans les étoiles. On va devoir éliminer des astéroïdes. Mais quand on vit dans l'espace, il y a des conséquences assez fortes, même pour une petite erreur. Ok, alors ça c'est des graphismes comme moi ça ne me plaît pas trop, mais bon après il y en a qui aiment ça.
And now, they each independently run their own studio. Let's welcome to the stage from Tripwire, John Gibson, and from Torn Banner, Steve Piggott.
Hey, Sean.
Now I understand. Both of you started as modders, working independently, running your own studios. Talk to me about the collaboration that you started together.
Alors a priori ils travaillaient chacun sur un studio indépendant et ils ont fait une collaboration.
Giving them some advice when they were modders, going commercial, helping them not make the mistakes that we made. And we've been friends and we've always wanted to work together. And now we've
Ils
sort
voulaient
of
toujours travailler
formed
ensemble.
this independent former mod team, professional super group to get an awesome game out to fans.
Et ils ont collaboré pour faire un jeu ensemble et faire un super jeu.
And we really respect their games. We see them as one of the few studios that's bringing true innovation to the FPS genre, and that's what we're all about as well.
Well, let's take a look at this upcoming collaboration between Torn Banner and Tripwire.
On va voir à quoi ressemble leur collaboration.
It's your chicken. Follow me, provider.
Encore des jeux de baston, ouais.
Oh, talk to me about Chivalry 2, Steve.
Well, Chivalry 2
J'espère que
is
Ubisoft sur Linux sera
about
mieux que
bringing players into their favorite medieval movie battle scenes.
Game Boy Advance, ouais.
Our flagship game mode Team Objective does that.
Alors c'est vrai que même sur PC Gaming Show, il y a quand même beaucoup de développeurs indépendants.
Raiding villages and
yeah, you're not just going and standing in an area and then a bar fills up. You're, like you said, burning houses, killing peasants, you know.
Yeah.
Playing as peasants, getting killed.
It's really about letting the player experience every iconic moment of the era. And on top of that, this time around, we've increased the player count scale to about 2.5 times what the previous game was, the 64 players. And on top of that increased scale, we've added horses, which really allows us to add a lot of drama to the game and bring experiences like the Battle of the Bastards from Game of Thrones.
Don't worry, we'll ignore the last season. Just Battle of the Bastards is going to be in the game.
Yes.
All right, so I want to ask about the swordplay element to Chivalry 2.
Alors, il va parler un petit peu des épées, qui est un élément critique du jeu.
Around, we've completely revamped. I mean, we really view what we're doing here as bringing a true sequel in every sense.
Yeah.
We've attempted to completely revamp the combat, movement, and animation systems.
On essaie de refaire complètement les mouvements, le système de combat.
Every action of the combat feels readable and fair.
Tous les mouvements d'épée doivent être... on doit pouvoir les lire facilement.
Yeah, and it's very, very fluid and much more accessible than the previous game. And it's, you know, the pace is so much quicker. It was what I really enjoy when I'm playing it.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask about the fluidity, because in a lot of melee combat games, you hit a button and there's like a full animation swing and then you sort of reset. So it's kind of these discrete, chunky times. I understand that in Chivalry 2,
Alors, il y a toujours moyen d'être déçu, il y a toujours moyen de faire pire.
Yeah, we kind of think of it like when you're swimming, where you're kind of constantly using both arms at the same time. And a core part of our focus this time around has been making it so that players can fight multiple opponents at the same time.
Like 1-on-3, 1-on-4 situations?
Exactly, because that's fundamentally part of the becoming the ultimate warrior fantasy and achieving glory on the battlefield.
Well, I mean, I do have to ask, I'm talking about swordplay and mastery, but the original Chivalry, I mean, it's kind of like silly fun. Like, how do you balance the mastery with the fun element?
Yeah, our goal has always been to make it so that players can take the game as seriously as they want to and also as silly as they want to.
Leur but, c'est que soit le joueur, enfin, c'est le joueur, pardon, j'ai recommencé, le joueur qui choisit, il prenne soit le joueur très sérieusement, soit de manière complètement silly, débile, on va dire.
I mean, the game is genuinely hilarious. As an example, you can beat a man with a chicken while quoting Shakespeare.
A priori, on peut battre un homme avec un poulet et lire du Shakespeare en même temps. Et quand est-ce qu'on pourra l'avoir? Et on pourra l'avoir début 2020. Et il arrivera d'abord sur l'Epic Game Store.
With Chivalry 2. Thank you so much. We are just getting started here at the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at what's coming up next.
Alors, qu'est-ce qui va arriver ensuite?
You're watching the PC Gaming Show. Coming up. Build a world for wildlife in Planet
Alors, ce jeu m'intéresse beaucoup.
From the creators of Darksiders, Remnant from the Ashes, Baldur's Gate 3. And more trailers, interviews, and gameplay footage.
C'est vrai qu'il y a beaucoup de jeux qui vont sortir en 2020.
That was a brand new trailer for
Ouais, il va y avoir trop de jeux en 2020 là, c'est vrai.
Coming later this year from developer Killbyte and publisher Raw Fury. So how are you guys enjoying it so far? There's been some swords, some space stations, vampire puberty. We're listening to your reactions to the PC Gaming Show throughout the entire broadcast, no matter what platform you're watching and ranting on, so keep them coming. Our next game is a ghost-themed multiplayer hide-and-seek game inspired by a popular mod. Charge up your proton packs and get ready for Midnight Ghost Hunt.
Alors, Midnight Ghost Town, ensuite.
When the night falls, there's only you and me. night falls, you can count on me, darling. If you only knew, it'll make you feel brand new. So just tell me, where are you? I got a big surprise for you. Big surprise for you.
Ah, Ghost Hunt, ok. C'est un Ghostbuster en fait.
Joining me on the stage to talk about Midnight
Mais ça avait l'air sympa comme jeu ça.
Is the dynamic one-man team. Creative director, programmer, designer, it's Sam Malone!
Thank you for having me.
Sam, please tell us what is going on in that. What is Midnight Ghost Hunt all about?
So, Midnight Ghost Hunt is a multiplayer ghost hunting hide and seek game.
Ah, c'est un jeu multijoueur de cache-cache. On joue en 4 contre 4. Le but des fantômes est de se cacher et de ressembler à des fournitures classiques.
And if I'm understanding correctly, it's not about hiding as a lamp to try to assault and take out a hunter. It's actually, you would do that so that way you can keep running away and continue to hide.
Exactly. So the main objective of the ghosts is to try to stay hidden as long as they can.
Donc l'objectif principal des fantômes, c'est de rester caché le plus longtemps possible, donc en se cachant dans différents objets, pour pouvoir continuer de courir et d'échapper aux chasseurs.
You know, they want to try to hide, but if there's a hunter kind of off by himself, you can quickly just hit him in the back of the head and knock him out real quick.
Ah bon, s'il y a un chasseur qui est tout seul, par contre, on peut facilement le taper derrière la tête.
Identity of the hunters. I mean, when seeing furniture flying all over the place, what are the hunters doing?
So the hunters, it kind of can be divided into two different segments. The first part of the game is kind of almost like a detective game because
la première partie du jeu pour les chasseurs, c'est un jeu de détective un petit peu. Ils ont des différents gadgets pour pouvoir traquer les fantômes. À partir du moment où le premier fantôme est trouvé, ça devient un peu plus chaotique. Leur but, c'est vraiment de détruire les fantômes.
Talk to me a little bit about the inspiration for Midnight Ghost Hunt. I understand it's based on Gary's mod called Prop Hunt.
So that's definitely a big inspiration.
C'était bien, ça vient bien de Gary's mod. Je sais plus qu'est-ce qu'on a parlé tout de suite. Bien joué, Mivolve.
You have a reason to be a little bit afraid of the things that you're hunting. So that changes up the dynamic a good amount, I think.
And I want to ask about when the clock strikes midnight. We saw the very spooky red color pop up. We didn't see what happens then. What's going on then?
So midnight, if even one ghost survives 4 minutes into the match, then you hear this ominous grandfather clock chime across the map. All the lights will actually flicker out. It'll get really dark and scary.
Alors au bout de 4 minutes, s'il y a encore un seul fantôme qui survit, il y a une alarme et a priori le jeu deviendra beaucoup plus sombre, les lumières s'éteindront, ce genre de choses.
So at this point, the tables have turned. The hunters are now the hunted, and they just need to try to work together to stay alive long enough for their evac to come, which is another 4 minutes or so. Usually the ghosts win when it gets to midnight.
Are you talking about like 90%?
Alors à partir du moment où on atteint minuit, donc au bout de 4 minutes, les fantômes gagnent à 90% du temps. Et une fois qu'on a dépassé les minuit, donc les 4 premières minutes, le but des chasseurs, c'est d'attendre l'équipe d'évacuation.
So we'll be running an alpha event later in the summer. You can sign up at midnightghosthunt.com. I'd also like to give a shout out to our Discord, discord.gg/midnightghosthunt. Later in the summer, we'll be giving out keys on our Discord as well as on our main website.
Well, wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Malone from Vaulted Sky Games. For our next title, we got Frankie up in the balcony, and if I understand correctly, Frankie, this is a sequel.
You do understand correctly,
Alors, le
Sean,
prochain
yes.
jeu est une suite.
It's a big sequel to a small indie game. Unexplored 2 is
Une grosse suite pour un petit jeu indie.
a roguelike that challenges you to fight, to be clever and to solve its mysteries. Explore a beautiful world, engage with its creatures and befriend its people. Search for magic lakes and ancient statues until you die. And die again. This is Unexplored 2.
One of the biggest bang for your buck that you can get when building a new rig is investing in a new monitor. And here to talk about a groundbreaking new display is Samsung's Dean Dalcero. Welcome, Dean. What you got for us?
Samsung C27 RG5 Curve Gaming Monitor.
Well, let's take a look.
Alors là, ils vous parlez du nouvel écran Samsung a priori. 27 pouces, curvé. « 240 Hz. Alors je suis pas sûr que prendre PUBG pour l'aspect graphique soit le meilleur exemple.
Dean, we've seen the video.
Oh, peut-être pas 1 million d'euros non plus, Steam quand même. Mais...
Talk to me about those juicy features and specs.
So it's a 240 Hz curved gaming panel. We believe it's a world first. So you have lag.
C'est la première fois a priori que c'est un 240 Hz incurvé.
We think that the curve, that's 1500 art radius, is going to be a very immersive experience that you wouldn't get from a traditional flat panel.
A priori, le fait que ce soit incurvé va permettre d'avoir une expérience plus immersive, avec un bon contraste. Genre, grâce à ça, on va pouvoir mieux voir les ennemis dans l'ombre parce qu'il y aura un meilleur contraste que les autres.
240 Hz refresh rate and the G-Sync to work well with.
Sure, so we think everybody's going to appreciate the speed and the performance, but ultimately, esports first-person shooters are really going to benefit.
Right.
Alors c'est vraiment un écran pour le e-sports et le FPS. Ah, le coût.
For under $400 for a 27-inch panel.
Wow.
So it expands our gaming lineup to 8 models. Yeah.
Because when you said 400, I mean that's the 27.
Moins de $400.
Wow.
Yeah, so our gaming lineup will be expanded to 8 models, ranging from 24 all the way up to a 49-inch dual QHD. Check out Samsung.com.
Ah oui, donc c'est le premier modèle qui est en dessous de $400.
Yeah, that's right. For any of you in the audience, it's there. You can go there for it.
It's not 4K.
It's not 4K.
Not for that price point.
Il est pas 4K par contre.
Well, I want to let you know that we have all sorts of great presentations and games coming up. Let's look at what's coming up in the
Alors, il va nous montrer un peu qu'est-ce qui vient à la suite.
Stay tuned for more announcements, trailers, and never before seen footage, including Gearbox answers burning questions about
Non, ils te diront pas celui qui a été présenté, évidemment le très haut de gamme.
Get ready to rip the galaxy a new wormhole in Valfaris, and more.
Mais il sera disponible dès mi-juillet, donc on pourra le voir assez vite.
And now the PC Gaming Show presents What's Next from Funcom.
Et par rapport à l'année dernière, c'est plutôt pas mal, on n'a pas encore eu de bataille royale.
It's very exciting for all of us at Funcom to be here at the PC Gaming Show for the very first time ever. And naturally, we would like to show some of the cool stuff that we've been working on. So, without further ado, here are some of the games coming for 2019.
Alors, des jeux 2019 édités par Funcom.
Something strange is going on all across the zone. I don't fear nothing until now.
A lot's happened since you've been traveling, Khan. We could use your skills.
Stalkers got each other's backs, right? What happens to you happens to me.
Wave approaching. Who would have thought? My son, off to fly among the stars.
Please welcome to the stage, founder and director of Mighty Kingdom, Philip Mays.
So yeah, at Funcom we've been doing our own games for over 26 years now. But recently we had the great pleasure to be working with some other very talented developers and help them publish their games.
Alors jusque-là, ils développaient eux-mêmes leurs jeux, Funcom, mais là maintenant ils font un peu d'édition également.
Mighty Kingdom, a studio out of Australia, who has been working with us on something a little different.
Et ils travaillent sur quelque chose de légèrement différent.
On April 1st this year, we put out a little trailer for something called Conan Chop Chop. And considering the date, it was perhaps no surprise that people decided that that was an April Fool's joke. So yeah, we have a little surprise for you. Check this out.
Alors là, au 1er avril, a priori, ils ont sorti une vidéo qui s'appelait Conan Chop Chop. La plupart des personnes ont cru que c'était un poisson d'avril. Mais du coup, ils ont une petite surprise, a priori. Mais du coup, ils vont le sortir quand même.
So there you have it, Conan Chop Chop. It's a roguelike action-adventure game.
C'est un roguelike.
And it's coming to PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch on September the 3rd this year. It's 2019.
Et ça sort le 3 septembre sur toutes les consoles.
Here at E3 at our demo room, so if you want to give Stick Figure Conan a try.
Et il y aura une démo disponible directement sur le stand à l'E3.
Thank you so much.
Last Oasis is a nomadic survival game set in
Alors, on va parler de Last Oasis, le jeu dont Nolan me parle depuis hier.
The last humans need to outrun the blazing sun in massive open world environments. Good times. But cheer up, sunshine.
À plus tard, Nassim. Merci d'être passé en tout cas.
With interesting ideas underneath. A player-driven economy and some truly incredible death machines. Coming to early access on Steam on July 15th. Let's take a trip to the Last Oasis.
Et ça va sortir au mois de juillet en Early Access.
My tribe built wooden legs to lift us over the burning sands. We must move forward or die beneath the sun.
Et il sera disponible le 3 septembre. Oh, ça ressemble à un XCOM-like. Ou un 4X au choix. Ah, plus un 4X en fait.
The name of the game is Age of Wonders Planetfall, a 4X strategy game. And joining
D'accord,
me on
donc
the
c'est
stage
bien
to talk
un
about
4X.
it is the game director Leonard Sass and principal gameplay developer Tom Bird. Welcome, guys.
Hi. Good to be here. Thanks.
So, Leonard, just give us the gist of what Age of Wonders Planetfall is all about.
Sure. Age of Wonders is a turn-based strategy game where you play as one of the survivors.
Ok, donc c'est quand même un jeu en stratégie au tour par tour.
At the start of the game, you choose or create your own faction.
Yeah.
They include
On crée sa faction au début de partie.
missionary forces who are in cryosleep when everything went to hell. There's scavenging cyborgs or the Amazon bio.
Ah si, il a fait coucou avec la main. T'as pas vu? Il a fait coucou.
You know, I want to ask, because there's a pretty broad range of 4X strategy games, to give a sense of what the gameplay is, I just want to start from the beginning of a game. What happens when you first land on the planet?
Qu'est-ce qui se passe quand on arrive directement sur la planète? Le vaisseau arrive sur la planète. Et le vaisseau se transformera en capitale.
Around you, you've got a number of sectors, and each of these sectors has a little story. Well, not most of them. So maybe you'll find a genetics lab, which is still full of horrible mutant creatures, an entertainment complex overrun by horrible robot monsters, a temple with holes in the sky and horrible demons who come and get you.
And I did see in the trailer dinosaurs with lasers, correct?
Dinosaurs with lasers.
Ouais, il va y avoir des dinosaures avec des lasers.
Cats with lasers. No, sorry, no cats with lasers.
I'm so sorry to disappoint all of you. No cast with lasers. You have to settle with dinosaurs. You know, I saw the expansive tech tree show up in the game briefly, and I know that growing resources and tech is a huge part of strategy games. How does that function?
Right, so
Là, ils vont parler de l'arbre des technologies.
They sort of represent the past of where you came from. They include new units, new modules for your units, like jetpacks for your troopers.
Ok, donc ça, dans l'arbre, on retrouvera les unités, les améliorations pour les unités.
All about war. And then the second part of your tech tree comes from your secret technology, and that's all about the future of your faction. So you can create like a combination between man and machine or man and computers.
En avançant au fur et à mesure dans le temps, on peut avoir des technologies qui soient liées en humain à machine.
Or win the game by splitting space-time.
I love how many details you're giving me of the horrors that await on the planet.
Et salut Lorex, merci d'être passé. À plus tard.
Well, I want to ask about some of the combat that we saw, because in a lot of strategy games, the combat can
Non,
be
pas
very
bien,
brief,
Steamy.
just, you know, shows two armies pinging off each other. But I understand that the tactical layer is quite rich.
Right, so when combat starts, you'll see, like on the world map, maybe like a little sort of space lab or something like that. When you go into combat, you will zoom all the way in, and you will be inside the lab. You'll see all the pipes and all of the goops flowing around. All of your units, which
D'accord, donc on peut zoomer dessus sur les différents bâtiments et rentrer dans les bâtiments a priori d'après ce que je comprends.
Use their abilities, shoot laser cannons. Maybe you've chosen advanced, you've got like a bunch of space dwarves in little metal suits, they'll dig holes in the ground, like shoot from the holes. Maybe you've chosen the Kirko, sort of horrible alien bug monsters, they run forwards and slash people and puke acid on them, that kind of thing.
I mean, how long do some of these battles wind up lasting?
It depends. A short battle can be maybe 2 or 3 minutes, but at the end of the game, you know, you've got a massive siege with like 20 units on your side, 20 units on their side. You've got orbital cannons blasting holes in the world, and that can maybe take 30 minutes.
Voilà, au début de partie, les combats vont prendre 2 à 3 minutes, mais en fin de partie, quand il y a toutes les unités, ça peut prendre jusqu'à 30 minutes.
It's going to be available on PC, multiple platforms, consoles, and it's available for pre-order now.
Well, lovely. Hey, what's that URL?
It's aow-planetfall.com.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's less than 2 months away. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining me up on stage.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you for sharing the horrors of the future. And for our next game, Frankie, I have to ask you, what year is it?
Why? The year is 1946, Sean, my dear boy. Europe lies in ruins torn apart.
Alors, le prochain jeu se passe a priori en 1946.
A brave band of heroes cast the Fuhrer into hell, but little do they know, the nightmare is far from over. Achtung! This is the world-exclusive reveal of the next shooter from the makers of Sniper Elite 4.
Alors, c'est par les développeurs qui ont fait Sniper Elite 4.
Rated M for mature.
On a des zombies nazis a priori.
Just die.
Come on, let's go. This way. Come on.
Zombie Army 4.
Later on the PC Gaming Show. A love letter to classic JRPGs. What's next for Warframe? A surreal noir adventure set before, during, and after the Big Bang. Baldur's Gate 3,
bon appétit, Steamy.
And more.
Allez, le PC Gaming Show continue. Avec un nouveau trailer.
For nearly 100 years, the root have ravaged the earth. An unending assault without reason. We are victims to a hatred that we do not
Ouais, le gameplay, je sens que ça va pas encore être pour aujourd'hui. Hein.
This evil will consume our world and the countless worlds beyond. Unless you rise to meet it. A trial by fury and blood. You seek the source of death itself. Prepare yourselves. They are here.
Joining me on the stage to talk about Remnant from the Ashes. In that trailer, we got the chance to
Je pense qu'on aura du gameplay à la sortie du jeu. Ouais. J'ai l'impression que ça se dirige en effet vers ça maintenant.
Gunfire Games, David Adams. So David, I want to ask right away, for those who are unfamiliar with Remnant from the Ashes, what kind of game is it?
Alors, quel genre de jeu c'est? C'est un jeu en coopération, un shooter. Qui a lieu dans un monde fantaisique.
Huge variety of different environments. Like, what are these different places? Who's the player in this story?
So as a player, you're on sort of a Odyssey-like quest to save the world, and we really wanted to have a bunch of different cool locales that you go to just to experience a bunch of different stuff. And you start on Earth, but it rapidly changes very quickly as you get into the game.
And one thing that we've talked about before is
C'est des jeux PlayStation Show. Qu'est-ce que tu appelles des jeux PlayStation Show? Je ne sais pas ce que ça veut dire.
New bosses, new monsters, new locations. How exactly does that work?
Yeah, I think one of the coolest features of the game is the dynamic generation system. So we generate the maps, the enemies, the quests, NPCs, bosses, everything.
You've built those all by hand, right?
Yeah, it's all hand scripted, but the system takes
Alors tout a été fait à la main, c'est pas la génération automatique sur les missions.
Dragon boss, and I'd be like, I met a guy in a helicopter, an old guy in a helicopter, and killed a tree ant, and we'd have completely different experiences playing the same game.
And you just have to keep going through and eventually explore what all the possibilities are.
Yeah, you can play the game over and over again to see the stuff. You can jump into your friend's world to experience the content in their world, and that's a big part of the game, just jumping in and seeing what you get.
Well, I want to ask about loot, which is, I understand, a big part of the game. How does it function alongside
ils vont parler un petit peu du loot.
Yeah, the loot in the game is all legendary items, and it's tied into the dynamic.
Alors tout le loot dans le jeu, c'est des items légendaires.
NPC or get a cool unique side quest. It generally coincides with a cool unique item. It might be a boss weapon or a magical item or armor.
Donc ça peut être une arme de boss ou une armure.
Il y
a un petit peu de gameplay quand même là. Donc c'est un jeu qui est en full coopération. On va beaucoup mourir a priori dans ce jeu.
Bloodborne and Dark Souls, I'm really looking forward to Remnant from the Ashes. What's the release date, and where can people go for more information?
So Remnant's coming out August 20th on PC and Xbox and PS4, and if you pre-order
ah d'accord, c'est des jeux qui sont pas les AAA. Ok.
August 16th.
Well, awesome, ladies and gentlemen. David.
Ah, il sort le 16 août. Ah pardon, excusez-moi, je rectifie, c'est la Preview Access qui aura lieu le 16 août.
As we mentioned earlier, keep those questions coming. I will be asking on stage the creative director of Borderlands 3 everything you want to know. Doesn't matter what platform you're on, just use #PCGamingShow. And until that time, let's talk about our next title. This one was announced 2 years ago at the PC Gaming Show.
Alors, on va parler d'un jeu qui a été annoncé il y a 2 ans au PC Gaming Show, qui s'appelle Griftland.
It's now a deck-building roguelike where you don't just fight, but you also negotiate your way through a broken-down sci-fi world. It's going to be available on the Epic Game Store in one short month on July 11th.
Et il sera disponible dans un mois sur l'Epic Game Store. Et Ben, Ubisoft a intérêt à relever le niveau. Ouais, c'est... Bon, Ubisoft en général, elles sont fun, leurs conférences. Ah, un jeu pour Steamy. Frontier Development pour Planet Zoo. Je pense que ça doit être le jeu que j'attends le plus sur cette conférence. C'est un nouveau jeu de simulation de management.
Each of our animals are unique. They have their own needs, their own desires, and their own behaviors. They interact with each other and react with the world that you build around them.
Ok, les animaux vont réagir au monde qu'on construit autour d'eux et entre eux. Alors, une vidéo de gameplay a priori nous annonce pour Planet Zoo. Alors ça c'est le trailer qui a été diffusé hier par contre. « 5 novembre. Je pense que ce jeu-là, j'y jouerai, par contre.
Hippos pooing, adorable baby elements. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to play it. But before we saw the trailer, Piers mentioned this is a modern zoo, but what exactly does that mean?
Alors, c'est un zoo moderne. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Alors, comme c'est un zoo moderne, on va pas juste voir les animaux. On veut apprendre des choses sur leur conservation. On veut être éduqué.
And these ideas of the modern zoo is really what we take to heart, and we're going to be promoting, the health and the welfare of your animals as the most important thing to do.
D'accord. En gros, il va falloir faire attention à la santé et à la vie de nos animaux.
So we're obviously demoing the game all this week at E3, but most people aren't going to be able to see that. So we've recorded our presentation. Lisa's done a fantastic voiceover for it, and we'll be releasing that onto Frontier's YouTube channel. That goes live this Friday at 11 a.m.
Alors, il y aura une vidéo de gameplay à vendredi soir, a priori.
Next up, we have a very special guest all the way from Japan.
Please welcome to the stage, gaming industry legend and Shenmue creator, Yu Suzuki.
Alors, le créateur de Shenmue. On va avoir du Shenmue 3 sans doute. Mais ouais, ça va être cool, Planet Zoo.
Japanese game development, Mr. Yu Suzuki.
Hello, everyone.
In addition to being the brains behind the following games, Hang On, Space Harrier, Outrun, Afterburner, Virtual Racing, and Virtual Fighter, Yu-san also created the Shenmue series, and he's here to talk about Shenmue 3.
Et bonjour Cédric, bienvenue à toi et merci pour le commentaire.
この場に立てて光栄です。I am so honored to be here standing on the stage today. それと20年支えてくれたファンの皆さん、ありがとう。I just want to say thank you to all the fans supporting me for the long 20 years. Thank you very much.
Et merci les fans qui l'ont supporté pendant 20 ans.
The wait is nearly over.
L'attente est quasiment terminée. Et on va voir un trailer sur Shenmue 3.
Honestly, I don't think your kung fu is strong enough.
Grandmaster, I...
A long time ago, martial arts were bad, but humans are interesting creatures. They practiced in secret, away from prying eyes, and became stronger. One even practiced atop this very boat. Nam Tren survived the ban and was passed on in this way.
What did you say to me? Stop it.
They threaten and extort money from shop owners, get drunk by noon, and cause trouble. Everyone in town is afraid of them.
They are heartless. Hey, wait right there! Okay.
This is him, the Japanese guy who got in our way.
You've got some guts to barge in here on your own.
Alors, le 19 novembre, la sortie de Shenmue 3.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Yusan, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Merci Stimmy.
Now our next title is near and dear to my childhood heart. It's based upon a game I grew up playing called Heroes of Might and Magic 2.
Ah, on va parler a priori d'un jeu qui doit ressembler à Heroes of Might and Magic. Les graphes ne font pas tout, l'histoire tient la route. Ouais. Ah bah l'histoire est importante dans un jeu de toute façon. Même si je préfère avoir une bonne histoire avec des graphismes un peu moins bons. Eh bien merci.
feast on them all, so in these final hours, we'll raise every bill to take back what was ours.
En fait, j'ai pas vraiment l'impression que ça... Ah si, c'est un stratégie game quand même. Je trouvais pas que ça ressemblait à Heroes of Might and Magic.
Here to join me in talking about it is the lead designer from Lava Potion, Carl Toftfeld. Hey, Carl.
Hi, hey, thanks.
I mean, let's just start off. For anyone who maybe hasn't played the Heroes of Might and Magic series, what is Song of Conquest all about?
It's all about, well, you kind of start out with in the town that you just saw in the...
On commence dans la ville qu'on vient de voir.
There you recruit your wielders, it's what we call our commanders, and you recruit an army, and then you kind of
On recrute une armée et on part à l'aventure. Explorer le monde, récupérer des ressources. On va faire agrandir la ville. Aventure et stratégie combinées.
Part of the core loop is obviously get the resources to build up the township, but for what reason? Armies, man. Talk to me about those juicy battles.
Yeah, so the battle, just like the whole
Alors pour les batailles, donc c'est des batailles en tour par tour. On commence par déployer les troupes.
Sure.
They go in initiative order, and then you slug it out, and it's a bit like chess, but instead of like pawns and bishops, you have like horned wands and face spirits.
Great.
Ok, ça ressemble un peu à un jeu d'échecs.
And well, you know, as someone who just loves the Heroes of Might and Magic series, I know that you have translated a lot of the gameplay elements into Songs of Conquest, but what are some of the modern elements that you're bringing in?
Est-ce qu'il y a des éléments plus modernes que la série Heroes of Might and Magic qui arrive? Alors le système d'essence, donc le système de magie. Les troupes ont un certain nombre d'essences.
Oh, I see.
So if you want to like make your troops go faster, you need to bring a troop that has that essence, like cavalry.
And maybe to ask a basic question, what
D'accord, si on veut faire avancer nos troupes plus rapidement, il faut apporter une unité qui a cette essence-là, comme par exemple une cavalerie pour le fait d'aller plus vite.
Where can people go to get more information? And as always, when's it coming out?
Late 2020.
Il arrivera fin 2020. C'est plus complexe que ça en a l'air, ouais. Je pense aussi que ça doit être plus complexe que ça en a l'air.
Now our next title is an update to a popular co-op game. Let's see what's in store for Vermintide 2.
Alors c'est une update pour un des nouveaux jeux, pour un jeu. Ah, je suis assez d'accord avec Ben, ça dépend surtout aussi de la taille de la map quand même. Alors c'était un nouveau mode PVP pour Vermintide. J'ai pas vu le titre du jeu par contre.
It looks deliciously vile, and surely dismembering Scraven is so much more satisfying when you know you're going ham on a fellow player, making him or her cry little baby rat tears behind their computer screen. You can sign up now for the Vermintide 2 Versus beta at vermintide2.com/versus. In Per Aspera, you're an artificial consciousness orbiting Mars, whose ultimate purpose is to terraform the planet, starting from a single drone in your landing site and turning the planet into a flourishing second home for humanity. Courtesy of developer Talon Industries and publisher Raw Fury, here's a first ever look at Per Aspera.
Alors là, c'est un jeu où on va incarner a priori, si j'ai bien compris, une sorte d'IA pour terraformer Mars.
Transferring the complexity of the human mind to machines was. So they can succeed where we failed, so they can build us a home on that distant, dusty rock. Today, Amy reaches Mars and begins their mission. Amy, are you with us?
Of course, I'm with you, Houston.
Oui, je pense que ça pourrait te plaire, ça, Steamy, en effet.
In the Assassin's Creed universe, our next guest sent players back in time to rewrite history. But for his debut project with indie studio Panache Digital Games, he's going to take us back 10 million years to where humanity began. Here to tell us all about ancestors is creative director and co-founder Patrice Desolé. Welcome, Patrice.
Thank you for having me.
Alors, a priori, on va parler de The Ancestors.
Been waiting 10 years.
Ça, c'est un jeu où on en parle depuis un petit moment, par contre. Mais j'avoue ne pas savoir si ça va me plaire ou pas, ça. Juste que je n'arrive pas à comprendre un peu la mécanique de gameplay. Alors, c'est un open world dans lequel on peut faire plein de choses.
And I said, oh, I'm the historical guy, I'm the historical dude, so I need an historical period. So I said, oh, let's go back at the very beginning. It'll be easier to
Voilà, pour mon histoire, je voulais quelque chose d'une période historique. Et puis je me suis dit, retournons au tout début, tant qu'il n'y avait pas la technologie, ce genre de choses. Parce qu'on a construit l'Afrique il y a 10 millions d'années. Alors comment on a transformé ça en gameplay? On va jouer notre dernier ancêtre connu. Il va falloir explorer l'environnement, agrandir notre territoire, notre clan. Parce qu'on ne joue pas qu'un seul personnage, on joue tout un groupe de personnages. Et au fur et à mesure, on va évoluer vers d'autres espèces pour atteindre jusqu'à 2 millions d'années environ.
Issues to deal with than we do today. There's going to be a lot more dangers in this world, so tell me a bit more about those.
Well, it's all about from a prey to a predator. Basically, at the beginning,
alors les dangers, ça va être de passer d'une proie à un prédateur. Il y a beaucoup de bestioles qui seront là pour essayer de vous tuer et de vous manger. Mais le but, ça va être pour vous de devenir le prédateur, pour que toutes les autres espèces aient peur de vous.
Curiosity, you need to explore because, you know, I made game about characters.
Dans ce jeu, il va y avoir besoin d'explorer.
This time, you're basically writing the story, right? There's no story per se inside. It's not about going and see mission givers. It's not about looking at the mini maps and the little dots. It's about you.
D'accord, ça va pas y avoir de mini-map avec des points à accéder, ce genre de choses. Mais le but, ça va être, est-ce qu'on peut survivre de la manière dont nos ancêtres ont survécu? Et ça sortira le 27 août, d'abord sur PC. Alors, une petite pub pour l'Epic Game Store. Non, c'est pas fini encore. Hein. On a encore pour 40 minutes à peu près de conférence. Je joue en majorité à des jeux solo. Ouais, moi aussi. Je joue quasiment jamais à des jeux multijoueurs. Seul avec bière et pizza.
Please welcome to the stage, Loring Lee, founder and CEO of Dragon Nest.
D'ailleurs, la bière est terminée.
Auto chess has turned out to be a sensation with hundreds of
Alors, auto chess.
millions of players getting a taste of it, and here to talk about its coming to PC is Loring Lee. Take it away.
Ok, auto chess va arriver sur PC du coup.
I'm Loring Lee. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. I'm the CEO and founder of Dragon's Game. Dragon's Game is a game developer and publisher, comes from China. I'm so happy to be here.
Il est content d'être là
to introduce our game, Auto Chess, to
pour
all
vous parler d'auto chess.
This is really an exciting moment for us.
C'est un moment vraiment excitant pour nous.
This is a real engaging game of Auto Chess. Dragon's now is
Alors là, j'ai pas compris.
with the creator of Auto Chess, Jodo Studio. We are working together to bring auto chess to our world, both on PC and mobile, so that everyone from anywhere with any device can enjoy the same fun of auto chess.
Alors auto chess, le but c'est que tout le monde puisse y jouer n'importe où, n'importe quand, sur n'importe quelle plateforme.
Game engine of Unreal Engine 4. As everyone knows, Unreal Engine is one of the best game engines of the world. With the help of Epic Games and by the power of Unreal, I believe we can finish our job quickly and efficiently. And today, I'm very glad to announce the PC version of Auto Chess will be coming to the Epic Games Store. I look forward.
Auto chess arrivera donc en exclusivité sur l'Epic Game Store.
All of you playing Auto Chess on PC later this year. Okay.
Plus tard cette année.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Loring Lee.
Yeah. Cool.
Il avait un sacré accent lui.
For sharing the news with us. Once again, Auto Chess, if you have not played it, you must check it out. It is so fun. Our next title with Frankie up above, I understand is an inspired indie game.
We'll find out.
Alors, un jeu indépendant, inspirant.
Gaming is the way that game creators from all over the world can draw inspiration from one another's work. Chris Tales is a great example of that. A gorgeous indie love letter to classic JRPGs developed by a team in Colombia. Chris Tales' spin on the genre brings a unique perspective that lets you see past, present, and future on one screen at the same time. So you'll see the future change based on your decisions in real time. Here's the world-exclusive reveal of Chris Tales.
Chris Tales, je connais pas ce jeu-là.
If you saw what was, what is, and what would be. If you knew how it ends, would you change it? Could you make the hard decisions? And would you be strong enough to fight? If you learn from the past and act in the present, you can rewrite the future.
Whoa.
In PC gaming, it's not the size of your weapon, it's how you use it. And I'm holding one of the, well quite frankly, it's a bit average, isn't it? It's just your average, Glock, really. No. It's one of the ridiculous alien weapons from our next game, Valfaris. A brutal, heavy metal-infused 2D action platformer inspired by two old school
c'est une des armes des aliens sur le jeu en 2D, un platformer qui arrive.
Players must blast and slash their way through the doomed citadel of Valfaris, overcoming its deadly environments and enemies before challenging the arcane evil at its very heart. Get ready to rip the galaxy a new wormhole. From publisher Big Sugar, this is Valfaris.
Ok, elle en veut la fille quand même, hein.
Just incredible action in the Valfaris trailer. I'm very excited for our next guest. In case you have not been in downtown LA, E3 is covered with Borderlands 3 art. It's amazing. It's
Allez, on va parler un peu de Borderlands 3.
Is the amazing and beautiful Paul Sage, creative director of Borderlands 3. Beautiful's the new one.
Le directeur créatif de Borderlands 3.
Welcome. I mean, there's been so much hype around Borderlands 3. What's the stuff you're really excited to be sharing this year at E3?
Oh man, so you know we've talked about our Vault Hunters. Well, this
Alors on verra parce que ça dépendra surtout à quelle heure se termine la conférence. Parce que je vais avoir très peu de temps pour manger entre la conférence PC et la conférence Ubi.
We're talking about, you know, the different loot such as shields, grenades, those things going to different planets. So a lot of stuff to talk about.
Well, I mean, I want to start right off with Mose. Tell us everything you can about her.
Okay, yes, I'll tell you everything I can. So Mose, again, like I said, she's a mech pilot. She has this big mech. It's called Iron Bear. She gets into Iron Bear.
Yeah.
You know, we have multiple action skills, which means that she can equip either a minigun or a railgun or a flame.
Alors j'ai pas écouté le début du coup parce que je suis en train de lire le chat. Je vais essayer de reprendre la traduction quand même.
Yeah, Mose is a terrifically fun character for us right now.
Now, we've been excited to be collating a whole bunch of community questions. We're going to break them into two categories.
Alors on va parler les questions de la communauté. Il y a beaucoup de questions qui ont été répétées. Il y en a beaucoup sur le loot. Quel système de progression dans le jeu?
So in the past, we've had grenades that they've had like one thing they can bounce, they can stick to different things, you know. This time we're
on va parler des grenades. Avant,
so for instance, the other day,
on avait soit des grenades qui pouvaient se coller ailleurs, qui pouvaient jeter.
It would stick, an explosion would come out, and the grenade would fire guns as it was going through, right? So we have like a ton of different grenades that are in there.
Hop là, un freeze.
Shield where if you duck,
okay, c'est bon, c'est revenu.
stand out in front of you, you know, so just tons of different things that we have, you know, with our characters. Class mods are unique, and that they give you skills this time as well as enhancing the skills you currently have.
I also remember earlier you mentioned about artifacts. What are those?
So
alors les artefacts.
You know, we've kind of concentrated on like, hey, does the game feel fluid? Can I, you know, slide into things? Can I jump? Can I mantle? Right. So when we were playing with that, we slid into a barrel, right, and the barrel exploded, and we're like, well, that's kind of fun. Yeah. So why don't we do something like that? So our artifacts actually add certain things to movement. So
d'accord, alors en fait, quand ils ont développé le jeu, ils ont développé des choses pour essayer de voir comment réagissait un peu leur moteur de jeu. Par hasard, ils ont fait c'est assez cool ça. Est-ce qu'on pourrait pas l'intégrer dans le jeu? Et du coup, c'est ce qu'on va appeler les artefacts, qui permettront de se déplacer différemment. Ubi, c'est à nous. Oui. Je suis pas sûr qu'ils en parlent ce soir, mais oui, c'est Ubi qui a édité à nous. Je reste avec toi pour Ubi. Très bien. Alors je ferai juste une pause entre les deux confs, mais après je reviendrai pour la conférence Ubi ce soir.
And Guardian Rank not only has that infinite progression, but it has skills and different skins that you can open up as you go through. And the cool thing about that is like every character that you play on that account gets the benefits of Guardian Rank.
Oh, interesting. All right, last category.
Il parle beaucoup trop vite pour que je fasse toutes les traductions. Alors comment sont les combats entre les boss dans le 3 par rapport au 1 et au 2? Donc il aime les gros boss.
Right, and so there are different like huge boss encounters there that are just multi-phase boss encounters. We have like a lot.
Il va y avoir des gros boss, des boss multiphases et beaucoup de boss différents à travers le jeu. À quelle heure la conférence subit? Elle commence à 22h. Comment on va gérer le multijoueur? On va permettre à différents joueurs d'entrer dans une partie à tout moment.
Great question. I'm not here to judge what you do with your gun, so that's a personal question.
All right, great. Sam Wiseman asks, is Maya's new companion a siren?
People are asking the right questions. That's what I will say about that.
Oh, you tease.
Sorry.
Ah, il veut pas répondre à la question là.
Sanguine says, is Tiny Tina going to be seen fighting alongside the Vault Hunters?
À 21h, c'est le pré-show.
Nice. All right, I'm just going to blast through a couple more as fast as I possibly can. What's the level cap at launch?
50.
Will we get to see
Le niveau max au lancement, 50.
Yes.
Will we see golden keys and/or shift codes for Borderlands 3?
Absolutely.
Will there be duels?
Yes.
Other kinds of PvP?
Yes and no.
And also maybe.
Yeah,
perfect.
Maybe, yeah.
And will you be able to transfer weapons between your characters?
Est-ce qu'on sera capable de transférer des armes entre les différents caractères? Oui. De différents personnages, oui. Et quand est-ce que le jeu arrive?
Perfect. Borderlands.com for more information. Thanks so much for joining me on stage.
Sean, thank you.
Alors j'ai cru comprendre sortir le 13 septembre, mais je suis pas sûr de moi là. Qu'est-ce que c'est le pré-show? Le pré-show, c'est un premier show où ils vont faire quelques trailers sur des choses et parler des jeux qui seront desquels ils vont parler dans la conférence. Ou parler d'autres jeux qui.
Oh, hi, we're live. Sorry. Hello, I was just, I was actually testing out my outfit for this weekend. I don't know, what do you think, John?
I think you look really sharp, as always.
Very sharp. Well, thank you so much. John Gibson, president of Tripwire, thank you for joining us again on the show.
Yeah, very busy.
Les vidéos qui tournent en boucle, c'est ça.
Now, last year,
donc moi, je commencerai sans doute vers 21h30, parce que là, ça va se terminer un petit peu avant 21h cette conférence. Donc moi, je reprendrai vers 21h30, le temps que j'ai le temps d'aller manger un truc quand même entre les deux conférences.
Shark PG, as we call it. You start as a small baby shark pup, and you have to survive in this harsh world and try to eat your way to the top of the ecosystem. The three words that we think sum the game up the best are eat, explore, and evolve. And we also have someone we'd like you to meet.
Well, let's meet him then. Let's take a look at the new trailer.
Bon, au moins, ils essayent de faire des trucs un petit peu fun et de pas être toujours tout sérieux. On va leur dire ça.
Come any closer with that camera, we two gonna tussle.
Maniter. Si, ça c'est fun comme jeu. Alors je pense que c'est on doit incarner le requin sans doute dans ce jeu-là.
Is a best fisherman in the Gulf, the best shark fisherman, or he'll tell you he's the best shark fisherman. And he disfigures our baby shark at the beginning of the game and does some really nasty things. So he's not a very nice guy. And now the story of Maneater is told through the lens of a reality show called Shark Hunters versus Maneaters. And it follows Pete and the player shark on its adventures. And you know, it's a really, you know, it's a very exciting way to tell a story.
And based on that trailer, to be honest, John, it looks like your main goal of the shark is to just bite everything.
Yeah, there is an awful lot of man-eating going on in this game. That is.
Ok, c'est un jeu où le requin va manger beaucoup a priori.
We'd like to think of the game as a shark-tastic fun action game. It's like GTA if you were a shark. But there's.
Voilà, t'as ta réponse, Steamy, c'est un GTA, mais en incarnant un requin. Le but, c'est de manger le plus, a priori.
There's a lot of exciting things that you can do in the game.
And you mentioned before it's a shark PG. How does that progression system work?
So there's 3 facets
Ah oui, donc
to
c'est
the shark PG elements of the game. There's growth,
RPG.
there's life phases, and there's evolutions. So growth,
il y a des éléments de roleplay de requin.
Things, nutrients, people, whatever you can find. And that's kind of like your XP in the game. That allows you to
Ok, au fur et à mesure qu'on mange, on fait monter les XP.
And then at key phases that we call life phases, you'll make a big jump. So let's say you're a brooding teenage shark and you're about to become an adult. When you become an adult, you take a big leap in size, a big leap in power.
D'accord, donc il va y avoir une évolution. On commence a priori d'un bébé requin pour arriver jusqu'à un requin adulte. Et au fur et à mesure en fait qu'on avance, qu'on gagne de l'XP. Ah oui, d'accord. On peut même avoir jusqu'à des dents métalliques quand même dans l'évolution pour détruire les bateaux.
Just really quickly, John, everyone's wanting to know this question. When's it coming out?
So we're really hard hammerheading away at this game and trying to make it the most awesome shark RPG ever. We're not ready to announce a date, but we're
ok, ils sont pas prêts à annoncer la date. Mais il y a de grandes chances qu'on le voit qui sorte avant le PC Gaming Show de l'année prochaine. Donc dans moins d'un an, il sortira. Je connais des jeux comme ça quand j'étais enfant. Comment ça? Allez, poisson. Il faut bouffer tous les plus petits. Ouais, ça va être ça. Alors, des chaises pour gamers maintenant. C'est plus dans de la mer, là c'est Mégalodon. Mégalodon, c'est le film avec Jason Statham, ça, il me semble.
You know, one of the absolute best parts about being sponsored by iWin for the PC Gaming Show is that I get to sit for this next segment and talk to you about Terraria. Terraria is one of the best-selling PC games of all time, selling almost 30 million copies.
Alors, on va voir d'un jeu qui a été vendu à 30 millions d'exemplaires.
Is the fact that the developers Relogic continue to add content, going from 250 items at release to now over 4,000. Let's take a look at their penultimate expansion coming up, Terraria Journey's End.
Avec une nouvelle expansion qui arrive. Terraria, je ne connais pas ce jeu. Ouais, non, je te confirme que c'est pas mon genre de jeu. Eh ben, bon appétit, Cédric. Et à plus tard, du coup, peut-être.
The next title that we're going to be looking at is a game that is the spiritual successor to her story. It's called Telling Lies by Annapurna Interactive, and joining me to talk
on va
about
parler de Telling Lies.
Director Sam Barlow and actor-producer Logan Marshall Green. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Nice to be here.
Yeah.
My main man.
Now, if you haven't played Her Story, you totally should. It's fantastic. I want to note.
Alors, ça doit ressembler à Her Story, a priori.
You watch live interactive video in order to uncover what happened with a murder. What is it that's going on in Telling Lies? What's the premise?
So, like Her Story, Telling Lies is a game in which you watch video footage to piece together a story.
D'accord, donc on va regarder des vidéos pour raconter une histoire, pour essayer de comprendre ce qui s'est passé dans l'histoire.
which contains secretly recorded intimate and private conversations between our 4 characters. Something has gone terribly wrong, and it's up to you to figure out what and why.
Ok, ça va être une enquête. Il s'est passé quelque chose entre les individus et il va falloir déterminer ce qui s'est passé et comment.
Once upon a time. It's late. I gotta get her in the bath.
I don't love you and I don't miss you.
You already know too much. It's late. I gotta get her in the bath. All right. Love you. Love you.
I've only ever been in love once. It was with a girl I met when I was 18, but I was too young and naive to handle it properly. I guess I still carry a torch for her, which makes me an incurable romantic or underdeveloped emotionally. I'm a loyal friend.
A man died in my place at work today. We haven't done anything yet.
C'est un jeu ça, bah a priori ça va être une enquête je pense. Et bonsoir Carlos Lopez, bienvenue à toi, comment vas-tu? Mais ça c'est un jeu qui pourrait me plaire par contre. Essayer de déterminer ce qui s'est passé.
And we apply that directly to the story, to the footage itself. So you're going to be scrubbing around in these clips, paying close attention, and you're going to be picking up on the subtext, listening to names, people, places. And with that information, you're going to use that to find more clips, dig into those, and over time kind of build up this picture of the story.
Donc avec les mots qu'en fait on surligne, on peut atteindre d'autres vidéos et essayer comme ça de faire grandir la vidéo.
You know, a lot of times with open world video games, they talk about the square kilometerage or miles in America. What's the sort of scope that we're talking about? Like how many hours of footage is there?
Combien d'heures de vidéo il y a?
Over 10 hours of footage here, so it's a story that encompasses like 2 years.
Donc il y a 10 heures de vidéo, ça se passe sur 2 ans. On est libre d'aller explorer et de regarder un peu toutes les vidéos.
Well, I'm curious, Logan, as a performer in this kind of game, what is it like to actually try to have all the layers in there for each performance, also not knowing when a player is going to be seeing the specific footage you're performing?
Well, it's definitely a non-linear open world game, but our
Donc c'est effectivement un open world non linéaire.
Not unlike a movie or a TV show, and we had to understand it A to B. And so, for the most part, that's how we shot it. Obviously, when you're shooting a movie or a TV show, and in this case, a game,
Ça s'appelle YouTube 2.0.
Out of order, but we actually stayed pretty linear in how we approached the story. We went after it like all the other times we're actors. We just went after intention and what do we want, and we tried to make it as deep. You know, it's got a lot of scope. But we wanted to make it as deep as possible, and Sam is.
Mais c'est d'essayer de faire le jeu le plus profond possible.
Nice. Yeah, look at you too.
Donc on a travaillé avec des réalisateurs de séries et de films pour faire ça.
It's quick to play through. It's absolutely brilliant. Please check it out in the meantime. But
Her Story, je vais aller vérifier ce que c'est, dis donc.
When can we play Telling Lies?
Very soon, I promise. We'll have a date soon. Right now, you can go to Steam. You can wishlist it on Steam. We all love Steam. And yeah, very soon. We'll be showing a little bit more during E3.
Pour l'instant, ils n'ont pas de date annoncée, mais ça arrivera très prochainement. On peut déjà le mettre dans la wishlist sur Steam.
Well, Sam, Logan, thanks so much for joining me on stage. Once again, Telling Lies. Now, up on the balcony, Frankie's going to be talking to us about a game that my friends, year after year after year, keep telling me I have to play because of how much they've improved it. Frankie, what's going on with Warframe?
Ok, on va parler maintenant de Warframe. J'avais fait une vidéo découverte sur Warframe, mais j'avais jamais rejoué, ça m'avait pas non plus que ça.
And here with the latest look at the next expansion to the universe.
Et il va y avoir une nouvelle expansion.
So, chat, behave yourselves, please, because Mother's here. Now, Rebecca, what are we about to see?
We're going to take a look at an amazing trailer that our team has put together. A lot of our
Donc ça va être un trailer.
for a look at what we've been calling Railjack, so it's about time to, you know, see what we've been doing.
Yeah, let's take a look.
La wishlist, c'est ta liste de souhaits sur Steam. Alors vous pouvez avoir un personnage a priori gratuitement si vous regardez le live stream sur Twitch le 6 juillet. Ça c'est pas pour toi. Non. J'ai pas trop aimé non plus parce que c'est trop long surtout. Après c'est un free-to-play hein, donc il y a des délais pour produire différentes choses qui sont assez longs je trouve dans ce jeu là.
Like the Corpus and the Grineer, giving them their own railjack to essentially explore the solar system with and take down the bad guys.
And when are fans going to get to see more?
Well, TennoCon is in London, Ontario. It's July 6th, and you can come watch it online on Twitch. We're going to be showing a lot more in our keynote for what Empyrean is going to be.
Well, today I'm getting a feel for the suit, so what's the deal with that sweet-looking Necros Prime? How do I get my Tenno arms into it?
I cannot say that on live television, but, you know, there are ways. But yeah, you just have to link your Warframe account to your Twitch account. If you watch 30 minutes of our Tenno live show, you can get it, but hopefully you stay for the whole hour, because we got lots to show.
Voilà, donc si on reste une demi-heure sur le show, on aura le personnage, mais j'espère qu'on restera sur tout le show. Alors, un jeu étrange, a priori, ensuite.
It's an existential-based chat odyssey set during the Big Bang. Yeah, it's actually blown my mind learning about this one. Buckle up, everyone, because we're about to get bonkers with Genesis Noir.
Hi Yogi, sorry I don't speak Spanish. C'est basé de cette génération, maintenant t'attends plus la suite, la PS5 ou la Xbox, d'accord. But Doom Eternal was yesterday on the Bethesda conference.
Toys and tricks to avoid monks. Let's take a look at this gorgeous spaghetti western inspired project from Studio Handy Games.
Ah, c'est du portugais, désolé. Et ces jeux n'arrivent pas à la cheville de Doom Eternal. Ouais, bon, d'accord. Désolé, je parle ni espagnol ni portugais. Merci pour la traduction RP.
El Hijo, once again, is the title of the trailer we just saw. For our final guest tonight, please join me in welcoming from Larian Studios CEO Sven Vinke, and from Dungeons & Dragons at Wizards of the Coast, the creative director of Dungeons & Dragons, Mike Merles, to talk about Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah!
Alors, Baldur's Gate 3.
Now, this was only just recently announced. How did this
Ça a été seulement annoncé récemment.
We went to see Wizards of the Coast at the end of Divinity Original Sin 1.
Yeah.
That was back in 2014. And I tried to convince them back then that they should give us the Baldur's Gate 3 license. And they said, but we had a long chat about what the vision would be for the game. And then we kept on bumping into each other. And then suddenly in 2016, I get a phone call from Nathan Stewart, who's the big boss of Mike and the head of Dungeons & Dragons. He said, you need to come to Seattle right away. We're going to have dinner in a very shady restaurant. And he had this big stack of paper with him. And on it was Baldur's Gate 3. And in it was pretty much everything that we talked about. And he says, I'm going to present this to my board. Do you still want to do it? I said, yeah, of course I still want to do it. And then a couple of weeks later, we started negotiating. And here we are.
I mean, what does the Baldur's Gate franchise mean to you, Mike?
Oh, to me, it's the crown jewel of D&D computer games, right? I mean, for me personally,
je connais pas du tout cette licence Baldur's Gate. J'ai vu qu'ils avaient annoncé le 3 récemment, là, mais j'avoue ne pas connaître.
So it just means so much to us. Baldur's Gate, it's such fantastic storytelling, and it's so exciting to see it come to not only a new generation of gamers, but for the gamers who remember the 20 years it's been since the original, the first two in the series. So it's incredibly
Ça fait 12 ans que c'est sorti a priori les deux jeux originaux.
And we got a chance to see the trailer. Talk to me about some of the story elements, the world elements. What are things we're going to see in Baldur's Gate 3?
Well, we're only talking about what's in the trailer right now, but obviously you're going to go to the city, because we start with the city. You start outside
Ça commence dans une ville, enfin à côté de la ville.
You are seeing in the trailer the process of ceremorphosis, as we call it. It's accelerated, so that's not normal.
Yeah.
And you're going to see a lot of iconic creatures, iconic characters, iconic places, and
on va voir plein de créatures, de lieux iconiques.
Because obviously, there's just been a big resurgence of Dungeons & Dragons, tons of broadcasts on Twitch. I mean, how do you translate some of the insane things that players want to do into, what has to be a structured computer game?
So we started with the player handbook, which is basically the basic rule set of Dungeons & Dragons.
Which player handbook? Which edition?
5th edition.
Great. Yeah.
And so we ported as much as we could to the video game. We looked at what worked.
Il y a quelque chose de bizarre au mec derrière, j'ai pas vu mais.
This is a video game, and this was made for tabletop gaming. And so we started modifying those things, and then we had to add things on top of it, because if you play tabletop, you have a game master, and you say, well, I want to do this. And then the game
I want to start a fight with a pigeon, and he's like, okay, roll for dexterity.
Sure. Exactly, that's it. So we had to add systems to make that possible within the game. But we've gone very, very far.
Yeah, I mean, can you give an example of like a crazy moment that a player might do that you could actually play out in the game?
Well, I could, let's say that we get into a fight because you ask a nasty question, I don't want to answer it. And,
ok, donc a priori, il y a des questions auxquelles il ne souhaite pas répondre pour l'instant, donc.
Just as an example.
It's just an example. This is fine. We're just talking. We're just talking.
These are things that we have to put systems into the game for to do it, which are not necessarily going to be described inside of the book.
Interesting. And I mean, like, Mike, in terms of your role, speaking to Larian Studios, you have tons of data of all the sorts of things that players do.
Et bonsoir Panda Monkey, bienvenue à toi. Comment vas-tu depuis hier soir?
Well, really what it comes down to is providing the story support. You know, we think of Dungeons & Dragons, the universe of D&D. It's like a toy box for dungeon masters and players to go into and build their own stories. So working with Larry and working with Sven, a lot of it was just opening up that toy box and sharing it. And giving that kind of guidance. You know, like I remember one of our first meetings, we just laid out a map of Baldur's Gate and the Sword Coast and asking a lot of questions like, what kind of story do you want to tell? Where do we want to go? What are the cool locations we've always wanted to put into a game like this? And then in terms of the system support, you know, what does it mean in terms of the story for each character, for each character race, each character class? So that if you have your favorite class and it's in the game, you really feel like you're taking on that role that you love so much from the tabletop. It's really coming to life in an authentic way in Baldur's Gate 3.
And we're going to talk in a moment about Baldur's Gate 3 release dates and whatnot, but we have a second game that we want to talk about on a new technology known as pencil and paper.
Bien dormi, oui, pas beaucoup du coup, vu que c'est couché un petit peu tard.
Exactly. So in Baldur's Gate, we think there's one saga, all the different games coming together to tell one grand story of this city. So on September 17th, we're releasing our next tabletop campaign, Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus.
Le 17 septembre, a priori, ils vont sortir le prochain jeu de table sur Battle Cards.
If you haven't played a Baldur's Gate game since Baldur's Gate 1 or 2, this is your chance to check out On the History. It's been about 100 years since the events of Baldur's Gate 2.
Et ça se passera 100 ans après les événements des deux premiers volets.
We also feature a complete levels 1 to 13 campaign that takes you from the mean streets of Baldur's Gate to the depths of hell itself. And sort of pose to the players a question, do you want to redeem Baldur's Gate or send it to damnation? So we're putting that right in players' hands to make that choice.
Well, I have to ask Sven, it's a question on a lot of people's minds. What can you talk to us about expected release time frames?
So people have been waiting for it for a long time.
Yeah.
Alors, on va avoir l'information
sur
la date. Ok, donc
this is the game that we want to play, so we want to make
il donne pas de date, il sortira quand il sera prêt.
Well, I know a lot of people have been waiting a long time, and I think I speak for a lot of people here when I say, take your time. If the Divinity Original Sin games are any indication of the quality, it's going to be fantastic and worth the wait. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining me.
Il leur a dit de prendre leur temps pour faire un super jeu en gros.
Baldur's Gate 3. Goodbye. Goodbye, guys. Why are they leaving? Well, it's because the PC gaming show has officially concluded.
Et ça va terminer ce PC Gaming Show.
Come here, Frankie.
Hello. Well, thank you so much, Sean. Hasn't this audience been absolutely fantastic today?
Guys, thank you so much for coming out to the 5th annual PC Gaming Show.
Et cette année, il n'y a pas eu une seule bataille royale, alors que l'année dernière, il y en avait eu 14, il me semble, de tête.
Epic Game Store, iWin, Frontier, Funcom, Paradox, Interactive, Hovercast, Perfect World, Rebellion, Tripwire, and Samsung. As you know, PC gaming is a platform. It's not a publisher or developer, so these sponsors are essential for letting us put on this show every year. Thank you so much. And I gotta ask Frank, any titles you're excited about?
Je vais aller manger là pour l'instant, Nolan. Surtout. Pas beaucoup de gameplay non plus. Non, je sens que sur cette E3, de toute façon, on va pas avoir de gameplay du tout.
I'm personally looking forward to Songs of Conquest, and as you heard, there's games coming out all across 2019 and into 2020. We hope you all have a fantastic E3. It officially begins tomorrow. Big shout out to all the other press conferences. Hello again, Dropped Frames. Good to see you 2 years in a row. We hope you all have a fantastic time at E3 and go play some games and make some friends. See you next year. Bye, bye, bye.
Et voilà, ça va être la fin de ce PC Gaming Show. Alors à la fin de 3. Ok, bon du coup, je vais couper assez vite, je vais aller manger. On va se retrouver dans 40 minutes à peu près, vers 21h30 pour la conférence Ubisoft. Avec la dernière conférence pour la soirée. Et puis n'hésitez pas, demain également je ferai une rediffusion demain soir de la conférence Square Enix que je ne verrai pas en direct. Donc je ferai la rediffusion vers 21h demain. Je vous dis à tout à l'heure pour ceux qui seront là pour la conférence Ubisoft, et sinon je vous remercie à tous d'être venus et je vous dis à la prochaine.